Good middle of the night, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, children of all ages. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I'm the ranting monkey. He's Dax O'Ryan. Say hi, Dax.
Hello.
Yeah, I can't really say good morning because my body's like, fuck you, man. My sleep schedule's so fucked up. So we get off the air last night, right? I walk into my bedroom. I didn't even turn on my TV. I just laid my head down. And I told you I got up at 5:45. I apologize. I got up at 4:45.
Oh.
I was supposed to do an interview over on Irate Prostate's channel, and my wife comes into the bedroom. She goes, "Don't you have a stream here in 15 minutes?" I'm like, yes, I do. So yeah, I slept a good 10 and a half hours. But
Pretty good.
Yeah. But it's better when you get normal sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean when I say when your sleep's fucked, it sucks.
Oh, without a doubt. I'm totally with you on that one.
Yeah, poor Dax has some bad sleep going on these days, guys.
At least for the next, what was this? That was day 2 of 10. So, yeah.
I tried figuring out which day we were on, but my days are so fucked up. I went back and looked at that schedule you gave me. I'm like,
yeah.
I don't even know which one we're on.
And it's weird because my work, we start our weeks on Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I worked somewhere where we started them on Mondays, which was great, and then another where we started on Saturdays. And you can deal with both of those, but fucking Wednesday?
Wednesday's weird, but we get paid Monday or Tuesday depending on how they're feeling.
Nice. I'll gladly pay you tomorrow for a hamburger today.
Yeah.
So before the show started, I was expressing my disappointment, guys. I did something stupid. I got the Venom movie and then I watched it. Sony, why do you keep doing this to me? Now you haven't seen it, so I'm not going to spoil any parts of it in case you want to.
Meh, spoil away.
This was a bad movie. A bad movie. Now, this isn't even just a bad Venom movie, which I could probably excuse, because Hollywood, for some reason, with the exception of the Avengers movies, and of course Deadpool, they take every comic book character and they try to force it into a movie plot rather than taking a comic book plot and just making that a movie. And I understand that they have to make some concessions, This is a bad fucking movie. From the origin story to completely abandoning Spider-Man, which I knew was going to piss me off anyway.
Yeah.
It's a bad movie. The costume looks like shit. Are you saying Venom was bad? Yes. Fuck you, Random. I see what you did there. I was so disappointed, and it's like, at least I could like it if they didn't make it just Hollywood tropey bullshit.
They're good at
that. There was actually one point in this where I honestly thought out loud, this isn't Transformers, for fuck's sake. I don't know. Are you a Spider-Man fan?
I'm a big Spider-Man fan, actually.
So you know how Venom got here?
Yes, from space.
He came from space. And Spider-Man actually brought him back from space during the Secret Wars.
Mm-hmm.
He's the only symbiote that was brought back. There are more symbiotes that are made.
There's an entire species of them designed to kill the Eternals, I believe. Or the Celestials, one of the two.
Well, when we're first dealing with them, when we get up to like Carnage and them, those are just offspring of Venom. They call them offspring. They're
his kids.
Yeah. No. In this one, it is a whole race of symbiotes. And Venom is kind of a nerd on his planet. He actually says, I'm kind of a loser on my planet, just like you, Eddie. I'm like, oh no.
And Eddie wasn't really a loser in the comics anyway. In fact,
No.
he made Parker look like the loser all the time.
Yes.
Very few exceptions, like with the photography thing. That was the only thing that Parker was better, but then again, Parker was cheating.
Jack, are you up and ready? I see you in chat, man. Have you seen this fucking movie? Now they took a lot of liberties, which I expect.
You have to if you're going to exclude Spider-Man.
But when they pulled the space nerd thing, and they don't call he like I said, he says I'm a space loser, or I'm a loser on my planet. That's when I was like, you know what little hope I had left for this movie. It's symbiote.
It's symbiote.
Sorry, I was saying it wrong for some of the people in the chat there. Can you toss Jack a link?
Already did.
Thank you, sir. So he can pop in real quick and pop right back out. Because that's what he always does. I had so much trouble making it all the way to the end. I wanted to turn it off. I kept thinking, maybe it'll get better. Maybe it'll get better.
Dumbass.
It's really not good. And they make Eddie way too sympathetic of a character. Because Eddie, like you said, he was the cool guy. He was the one. Jack.
Hello.
Do you have everything working right?
I hope so.
On your first try?
Yeah, maybe.
You didn't have to drop out and come back. I'm impressed.
No, I actually remembered to shut the speaker off this time.
Johnny Hellcat, thank you. But now they can write that gay sitcom between Eddie and Venom. Oh man. Jack, did you say you haven't watched this?
No, I know better.
Don't watch it. I am saying this. Do not watch this. Do not watch any other comic book movie that Sony puts out. Just don't. It's just bad. It was so bad.
They haven't done anything right since the Sam Raimi movies.
The first two.
Yeah, the third one was garbage, but they forced him.
Crap.
They forced Sam Raimi to take Venom in that one. If he had done it his way, it would have been a much better movie.
Thank you, Captain Jack. If you think Venom is bad, DC TV shows on the same road. I'm not a big DC fan.
No.
And two, the only real TV shows I've watched superhero wise, unless you go like way back to the 80s Hulk and Spider-Man shows, have been Daredevil and like the first half of The Punisher. I didn't finish watching season 1. But I'm not a big DC fan. But I had heard people say that this was a good movie. I had, and I knew I shouldn't have believed him because this is Sony and it's a Spider-Man character, and it was just so bad. I want that 2 hours left, and then they tease you for the next movie, and I'm not giving anything away here, letting you guys know the villain in the next movie is going to be Carnage.
So who's the villain of this movie?
Sure.
The villain in this one was Riot.
What?
They took a storyline from the comics where there were 5 other symbiotes that Venom had spawned, and he had to fight them all, and Riot was one of them.
Yeah, I'm just surprised it's Riot first.
Yeah, he's right, and he's the what's the leader of the Decepticons?
Megatron?
Megatron. Yes, he is Megatron in this movie.
Okay.
They're going to get into a spaceship so they can go get all of his other aliens from space, because they'll all follow him because he's their leader.
Okay, so never mind. I'm asking questions that are going to lead me into just watching the damn thing, and I don't know if I want to give them that kind of time.
You don't want to watch this movie. If you like comic books, don't watch this movie. If you like movies, don't watch this movie. If you like yourself, do not watch this movie.
Well, I can't follow that last one, but yeah, I'm not going to see the movie.
If you've had a traumatic brain injury, you will probably enjoy this movie.
Then why haven't you watched it yet?
Ow. Oh, set yourself
Because
up.
I am a beautiful person, and I
And
do
your
not
helmet
need
is
kind of
nice.
ugliness and shipping in my life.
Man,
No, I think you have more taste than that, to be honest.
No, I don't think I do, but I just refuse to subject myself to any more garbage Sony movies.
Jenna, who should apologize? We'll get to that in just a little bit. They made Eddie Brock way too sympathetic a character.
He's supposed to be a dick.
Yeah. He loses his job for trying to do it properly.
Bullshit.
Which is-
He's the kind of guy who would skip corners to make his job easier.
That's why he lost his
That's
job.
why
in the
he
comic.
lost his job. He was faking it.
Yeah,
And
he might as well have been a CNN Journalist of the Year.
yes. And they changed that around to where he gets fired for trying to do his job properly. The bad guy of the movie, excuse me, is a Elon Musk character, who, by the way, becomes Riot.
Capitalism's bad.
And if you know anything about the stories anyway, when you hear his name, you're going to know he's the bad guy because they use the same fucking name. But yeah, they make Eddie is just this poor guy who all this shit happens to. The only thing he did wrong, because he's going to interview this Elon Musk character, right? His girlfriend is a lawyer who works for the firm that represents that guy's company, and Eddie reads a private report. That's the only thing he did wrong. But it leads to finding out, that this guy's doing horrible things with his company. So he's actually trying to do good. Yeah. They made him way too sympathetic. Thank you so much. Johnny Hellcat, if you prefer waterboarding, you'll like the movie. Yeah. And Captain Jack, thank you. Have you acknowledged the existence of angels yet? I know there's angels, man. There's one on my pee-pee right now. It's my pee-pee angel.
I knew a stripper named Angel.
I know a lot of guys named Angel.
Oh God, do you guys know who's going to be playing Carnage?
No, I can't even hazard a guess at this rate.
No idea.
Woody Harrelson.
Oh my god.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's who's playing him at the end of the movie there. I'm almost positive that's who it was.
Really?
That makes me sad.
They need a scrawny dude who likes to bash his head into a wall. What is this shit?
Yeah,
He could have been Riot.
Get that dude that played Rorschach.
Yeah, that guy would be better for it.
He looks like he kills people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, oh no. What have you done to my childhood? You've just raped it and made me want to pay for it.
It makes me want to watch the whole Clone Mary Jane series all over again.
Yeah, no shit. I thought that was bad. Oh, and then to make it even better, if you watch all the way through the credits, you get a sneak peek of Spider-Man Into the Verse.
I don't want to see that.
And I was just like,
Couple reasons why I don't want to see that. One, the director's an asshole. Two, I don't give a shit about Spider-Gwen. Three, Spider-Ham's funny, but not worth seeing a whole movie about. And I'm sure they're going to put a lot of emphasis on Miles Morales, who's not my favorite.
But yeah, he's the main character.
He's the main character.
Yeah, which is why I don't give a shit.
Oh, and you forgot number 4. Nick Cage is in it.
Well, he's doing the Spider Noir guy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that could actually make me watch the movie.
Nope. It has a bunch of peripheral characters that are all just diversity hires of Spider-Man, and it has Nick Cage. Come on, man.
Well, Nick Cage is a draw for me, but there's too many negatives for me to see it. Sorry, Nick.
Look,
I'm just not watching this one.
I loved Spider-Ham. I wouldn't watch a whole movie based on him, I don't think. It would have to be a pretty cute movie, Maybe a half-hour TV show. They could pull that off. I don't give two shits about Miles Morales.
Nope.
No, he's blackface Spider-Man. That's all.
Yeah, he's Obama man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he was written for.
Cool. That's about it.
And I'm tired of them handing down. We've talked about that before. Handing down characters to minorities, being like, "Here you go, have a
like
leftover."
Captain Marvel giving it to fuck Khan. I hate that character.
Johnny Blaze, thank you. I don't know why I'm rewarding you money, but here you go. I liked Venom. Johnny,
why?
you need to see a doctor.
I mean, he'll take your money, but why?
Thank you for the donation. Yes, I really do appreciate it. But I don't know how you could like that movie, and we just have different tastes. I'll say that. But as a Venom fan, this movie was crap. Yeah, and the interaction between Eddie and the suit actually pulls itself off of him and looks at him in the face with his own face and says to him, "I am Venom." Like, you just killed me.
And then they made out.
Oh. I am Venom. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, the CGI in the movie is pretty good. The problem is occasionally when the Venom suit is running around, his head is way too small for his body. And of course, they always have the teeth out, which I miss the old Venom where that was just a random thing now and then.
Truth be told, I'm not sure why they didn't do the Matt Gargan Venom.
Well, because the one everybody knows is teeth out and the tongue. You get to see the tongue twice.
Eric Larson added the tongue, and it was the biggest drawback to Venom after that, because that's all they would do is that stupid tongue.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree with you there. I like
Why
when
am
he
I
just
getting
looked like
insulted in chat?
I don't know.
Stop hitting me with newspapers. Stop saying I'm bad. I'm right on all the stuff right here.
Yeah, he's right. I just liked Venom when he looked like Spider-Man on steroids.
Yeah.
Which is basically what he was. He wanted to be a bigger, better version of Spider-Man because he had daddy issues.
Yeah. Thank you, Captain Jack. The sheriff's secret police are on their way now.
All hail the glow cloud.
All hail the glow cloud. What did you do to get? You got like 4 newspapers there, 5 newspapers. Oh,
Jenna
and now there's like
is
20.
angry that I won't go back to Dax because I'm on my channel.
Oh, over in chat, I got you.
And Prospero just likes hitting me with newspapers, and I probably deserve it.
So anyway, I just watched this movie. It's fresh in my mind. I should probably go get a rape kit done. Sorry, that's not cool to people who've been raped. So I should go get a sexual assault kit done. What's wrong with the Venom tongue? It got overdone. One, that's not what Venom was to begin with, and I get that characters evolve and stuff, but Venom was just the suit and Eddie Brock both pissed off at Spider-Man. Both of them, well, Eddie pissed off at Peter Parker hooking up with the suit, realizing who Peter Parker actually was. The two of them deciding to go after Spider-Man together.
Mm-hmm. It was brilliant.
It was a fucking excellent storyline, and it led to some great storylines. I still remember the first comic I read where Eddie Brock stopped by to talk to Mary Jane. He didn't, no, it was actually at Aunt May's house. That's where it was. And Mary Jane happened to be there, and they welcome him in, and he just gets up and leaves. And it's like, that's fucking creepy.
Yeah.
It was excellent writing, excellent storytelling, and then it became that he's this grotesque, monstrous thing, and I mean, he kind of is, but I like the original version more, where it was more like he was spinning webs rather than sliming everywhere.
Yeah, he was more frightening as opposed to silly looking. Now with all the teeth and tongue thing, it's a little too over the top.
He was menacing before.
Yeah. And now he's a parody of that.
Yeah, now he's a joke for the most part. Every time you hear him, he's like, okay, did you play the PlayStation game, the Spider-Man one? Like the old PlayStation game?
Maximum
one
Carnage?
Where the symbiotes. No. There's one with the symbiotes attacking, and they were taking over all sorts of thing. And you and Venom thinks that you're causing problems, and you think he's causing problems. And at the end of the game, you end up fighting symbiotes.
I know what you're talking about. I never played it.
Yeah, see, that was a better storyline, I'd imagine. But even then, they made him kind of a joke because at one point, Venom had kidnapped Mary Jane, who was Mary Jane Parker at the time of the writing, and he says to Parker when he figures out that it's not that Spider-Man doing everything. He's like, it's like our bad. It's like that's something I wouldn't imagine the original Venom doing.
Well, that's another problem with this. They don't know whether they want it to be humorous or not. Yeah. And the only real humor you get in the movie is really when Eddie and the suit first come together, and it's Eddie like it's like slapstick. It's like no. And he's not they refer to him as an anti-hero on here, and he's not. He's just not. They made him a hero. Anyway, what were you gonna say, Jack?
I was just gonna say, the way I heard it was originally written to be rated R, and then they dialed it back to PG-13 and threw in these comedy elements to make it more broad-based appeal and try and get younger kids in.
Yeah,
and
so
that will
it get
kill
down to
anything.
PG-13.
Yeah,
I thought that's why they couldn't have Spider-Man in there to begin with, because they wanted to do a rated R movie.
no, they couldn't have Spider-Man in there because of the deal they made with Marvel.
I wonder why Marvel wouldn't like try to figure out a way to make that work.
because they probably read the script.
They've worked with Sony before.
Well, I was going to say we're getting into the whole scroll thing with Captain Marvel, so I was wondering why we wouldn't do the whole symbiote thing since we're going, cosmic now.
If they ever got all the rights back, they probably would, but they didn't want two different versions of Spider-Man floating around out there.
But did they have to make two different versions?
They kind of would have to have this work. I mean, in order to introduce Venom properly, Spider-Man has to have that suit for at least a movie, or at least half a movie.
Yeah, but what if they didn't introduce it properly and just made Venom a thing that came to Earth, and Spider-Man's way too busy to really deal with it?
Still, with the way the suit and Eddie hook up, I think you still need that. Sony would have actually been better off with this movie if they just forget the last half of Spider-Man 3. Just pick up where Peter rips off the suit and then have it find Eddie at the bottom of the church. And
do
just
they have
pick it
to
up.
rehire Topher Grace, though?
What's that?
Do they have to rehire Topher Grace?
Nah, fuck that. Don't even show it's actually him. But then at least, that's you get where the costume came from and everything.
Fair enough.
And then you could pick it up from right there. But no. Oh God, this movie pissed me. I gotta stop watching any Spider-Man properties because I know a lot of people loved Homecoming, and I thought that movie sucked ass.
I liked Vulture a lot.
Vulture was okay, but he still wasn't Vulture.
No, he was an aggressive, more modern age Vulture, which I kind of appreciated because the original one was literally a geriatric old man.
Yes, and that's how we liked him.
That's how he's supposed to be.
This is the one change I think I can get behind. I don't know. First off, Michael, amazing.
Keaton did a great job in that movie, but again, this is another goddamn movie where Spider-Man's the villain of the movie finds out who Spider-Man is. Why do they all know? He might as well not even wear a fucking mask anymore.
Yeah, that's the problem I have with a lot of these too.
Oh, every goddamn one. Thank you, Captain Jack. You are what you eat. That's very confusing phrasing. Let me simplify. You consume your own flesh. More clearer. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, I shouldn't have watched it. I knew I shouldn't have.
You shouldn't have paid for it.
Yeah, you shouldn't have paid for it.
Well, stealing is wrong.
I mean, you should. Well, if you're going to pay for it, give it like the $2 treatment and just watch it for a night and you just be like, oh, wow, I'm glad I didn't spend the $24 on it.
Well, see, you got to get one of your friends that's an idiot to buy it and then borrow it from them.
I need friends.
All right, well, since we're talking about this sort of thing anyway, what do you guys think about the Hellboy trailer?
Looked terrible.
Oh,
It looked bad.
so bad.
I have no interest in seeing this one, and that's sad because I'm actually a fan of Hellboy.
Yeah, the original movies were great. It was like they were trying to make the guy from Stranger Things look like Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
And they made his face look weird. He's got this like elongated face. Like his jaw looks really out of
He
place.
speaks weird.
That's probably all that makeup.
It's bad. I don't know what they were thinking. He doesn't look jacked enough to be Hellboy, for one.
Yeah, and I think they're going for more of a comedy angle. I don't know. It looks awful.
Well, that's what bothered me about the trailer is that there's obvious attempts at comedy in there, but the timing is all off.
Yeah.
It is so off.
I mean, we've chalked that up to British comedy, but I'm not going to let them get away with that.
No, I mean, I've seen Monty Python. I know they can do it right.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, I saw Life of Brian the other day again for the first time in like 15 years.
Good movie.
I love that movie. But more on Hellboy. Without Sabian and Liz and all that good stuff, I'm not sure I really have a draw to see it beyond that. And I really liked Perlman as the character. Now I don't like him much anymore these days, but it'd been nice to see them continue on where they left off in Golden Army.
Circus Zero says he looks like the Downsy version of Hellboy.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I kept expecting, like, if they made another Ron Perlman one, he'd just pee on his hand a lot. But the only draw in this movie is Mila Jovovich. That's it.
She's fun, and she's usually good as a bad guy too. So I might see it for her.
She's good for everything.
Lilu.
I watched the first Hellboy. All I know of Hellboy is the first movie because I really enjoyed it. And then the second one come out, and I'm over it.
It was okay. It's enough that I want to see what would happen in the third one. That's all. It's just a tease for me to see the third one, which they aren't going to make. So.
And then I saw this trailer, and I was like, "Ooh, that's bad."
Yeah, it's like painfully bad. Like I feel bad for the actors that are in it that you can recognize, because like the guy in the Hellboy costume, if you didn't know who he was, you're not going to recognize him. But everybody else, they put their real faces out there, and now they're going to be mocked and ridiculed by all of us on the internet.
And that's what they read that script. They know. And actually, I think so much of it that I saw that I objected to is the directing, because your dialogue cues, that's your director. And he's letting that joke sit out there for 4 or 5 beats before he delivers the punchline, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
I don't think I chuckled. It's like it's a Ghostbusters trailer all over again.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not that bad, but it's pretty close.
Well, I mean, you're never going to get as bad as that one, I don't think, ever again. But,
Hope not.
God, no.
Well, all we were missing was a black woman slapping Hellboy saying the power of Christ compels you.
That's kind of true, yeah.
Hey, for all we know what happens in the movie.
Man.
It's like, why are they doing this? Why are they doing remakes that either aren't needed or don't continue the story or have any of the original actors / characters?
You can get away with that. I mean, James Bond has done it.
Well, that's James Bond. He's a serial thing, and I kind of am a big fan of that whole. It's a different guy, and they just give James Bond like the whole memory fuck up thing, and that's why it's different Bonds. I kind of like that theory.
I like the idea that look, actors get old. We're just going to throw somebody else in there who can act.
Yeah, but it explains why they have new technology and stuff like that, new cars, which I'm okay with.
Well,
Hey,
either
Bear.
way.
Good morning, Bear.
Morning, Bear. At least they're trying. They're still trying to make a good movie. They don't need to make an explanation for why it's a different actor. They just go with it. And as long as everybody's on board, it's fine. But so many of these movies are just garbage remakes.
That's one of my problems I have with so many Marvel movies, including Venom, which I realize is a Sony Marvel movie. We don't need an origin story for everything.
No, but they're obsessed with that.
They are.
I don't understand that. Like, the Spider-Man origin could be recapped in the opening credits.
Yes.
And it would make it significantly better. Just jump right in. We all know who Spider-Man is.
Yep, and we could have done that with Venom. You wouldn't even have had to have this. I mentioned that to Scribe when we first heard about this movie. I'm like, what they should do is just jump into Venom. He's obviously from Spider-Man. You know, you can even mention Spider-Man, but he's off doing something else for whatever reason. Venom does that. But no. We had to have this asinine fucking origin story. Hulk did origin right while the credits were rolling. Yeah.
Exactly what I'm saying.
I also think if you are going to do an origin story, me and Dax were mentioned the Captain America one. I loved the Captain America one.
So did I. I did. I liked the First Avenger. It was a very good movie in my opinion.
Yep. Brett
it's a lovely period piece.
Brett says Venom is a good movie. Brett,
you're wrong. Sorry.
I don't know which of your parents didn't love you, but you should go hug them.
To be fair, I haven't seen it. Full disclosure, have not seen it.
Garbage.
I think I'm going to have Monkey send me a copy or at least give me the online code so I can watch it, so I can be fair. But it looks like hot shit. Yeah.
Sorry, you guys. I have the DVD right here in front. Well, the Blu-ray DVD digital.
Yeah, give me your digital copy. I'll watch it.
I will send you my digital code.
Thank you.
That's sort of like sending a digital punch in the face.
Yeah, this
but
is like a dick punch. So
because I did get him the nipple pain. So
yeah, that was your fault.
yeah, it was my fault. I'm proud of that. It was mine and his wife conspiring against him.
You guys talk. I'm typing.
All right, Johnny. I don't. I want to say that First Avenger wasn't what you wanted it to be in terms of like nowadays. It really was a period piece, and you got to look at it like a period piece, because if you look at it like it's an everyday action movie that happens now, all you're gonna see is, oh, I rushed to this shaky cam, I rushed to this shaky cam. It's like, no, the First Avenger was here. They're gonna show you the adventures in a montage because that's what the comics did.
Yep.
And I think as an introduction to Captain America to the New Age, it shows really well his struggle and what he's missing and what he's leaving behind when we get him in the Avengers movie.
Plus, you got to remember, Captain America. I mean, all he has is like super strength, basically, and it's just enhanced human strength. It's not like Hulk strength.
No, he's faster, he's stronger, his metabolism's better, but he's no more, no less Steve Rogers.
Yeah,
he's peak physical achievement as opposed to like somebody that could shoot laser beams.
Right.
So I find that fascinating. You put a regular guy with a special shield, mind you, but a regular guy into the middle of a fight, and he's kicking ass, next to the Hulk.
Yeah. Any of the Avengers things they fought, there's no way he could take on by himself, where somebody like Iron Man maybe could. If he had enough of his little iron clones running around. Captain America is a Spartan.
Pretty much. But that's what makes him interesting. He's the leader of the team of all these people with really cool abilities, and he's just a guy.
Yep. So I really love that one. The original Iron Man was great.
It was.
But we don't need another Spider-Man. We don't need Venom done like this. Poor Venom.
No, I'm so sad that they just find new ways to screw up things that should be hit sellers.
It's like a silver platter and they fuck it up.
Yeah.
Real quick, Captain Jack, thank you. Did you read my last super chat, Monkey? I think so. Let me
going back up. If I missed it too, I'm sorry.
We can't scroll back that far. I got to go to the studio and see if I can find it. I think so.
Wasn't it the "You Are What You Eat" thing?
Give me a second. I'll tell you.
While he's doing that, Evil, I disagree with you. I loved Thor Ragnarok. I thought it was funny.
Yes, You Are What You Eat is the last one. I did read that. And the one before that was the Sheriff's one, and I read that as well. I thought Ragnarok was funny. What people I don't think understand about Ragnarok is we're getting ready to come into Avengers Age of Ultron, or not. Yeah.
Infinity War.
Thank you. And that was going to be a dark, hard movie. There's not much comic relief coming to that because there's not time for it. And Ragnarok was just a fun time.
I would have liked Ragnarok a lot better if there had been no Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
They could have the Hulk in there, but he's always the Hulk. Because Mark Ruffalo ruined the comedic timing of every scene he was in. He's not funny. He can't act.
I know. Well, there's one scene like, you remember when they're evading the just whoever is trying to find him, and they were sitting in the crowd during like the Hulk celebration thing, and Thor's trying to talk him down. He's like, "Something's getting real." It's like, why do you keep saying that? Like it's that part got me laughing a little bit. Yeah, but Mark's not particularly funny.
No, I don't like. I thought he ruined the movie for me.
I can't say ruined because the rest of it was still funny.
Yeah, but just every time
it would have been at least 30% better without Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, it would have been 80% better without Mark Ruffalo. What are you talking about? He looks like he smells like cabbage.
Jeremy says you were wrong. The G spot is in the cunt for a woman. I told you the proper
We
placement
educated
of
you yesterday. I'm sorry if you
G-spot
were missing
yesterday.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can access the G spot through the anal cavity because it's very closely linked. You just have to get in there and do it right.
That's where it's located.
Yeah, Johnny, it's okay if you didn't like the first Captain movie. It's not for everybody. Like I know I said it before, and I'm going to keep saying it. Period pieces are just that. If you don't like them, you can't do anything to change that, really. However, I do agree with you. The second and third one were fucking awesome.
2 was great. I think Civil War was.
I think Civil War should have just been called Avengers, even though they keep trying to say, "Oh, it's a Captain story." Well, no, it's a Captain and Iron Man story, and everybody else is there. I mean, they were all involved in some way.
I have a theory about that. I think they had to call it Captain America because they signed Chris Evans on for so many Captain America movies and only many Avengers movies.
I just think that probably should have been 2 movies. They forced so much into it.
With all those characters, they need a little more time.
Wonder Woman wasn't good either. I watched it and I didn't understand what the big deal was.
It was okay.
It was good.
It was a good movie. It wasn't a great movie.
I'll have to watch it again because I don't know how much my view of that movie was colored by the other DC movies I've seen.
I ignored everything else. I tried to treat it as a movie in and of itself.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, going into it thinking, okay, DC movies suck. Wow, this wasn't that bad. I don't know if I gave it too much deference because of that. Be like, DC movies suck, and this one was okay.
I liked Chris Pine. I thought he was funny. I liked their back and forth. That's fair. He's around a lot these days, but no, it was okay. I liked their banter. I thought her having to fight Ares was just really.
That's comics accurate, though.
Yeah, it's comics accurate, but I would have figured they would have chosen a less iconic villain that the whole Justice League had trouble taking down.
Well, no, because she's fought Ares many, many times.
Sure.
And I think that she doesn't have that good of a rogues gallery is her problem.
Mm-hmm.
The character doesn't have iconic villains like Batman does.
No, she's usually the secondary character. She's always there to help, but she really doesn't have her own people to fight, like you're saying.
Yeah, that's why Cheetah is going to be in the next movie, because that's like her other main villain, other than like Giganta. And nobody wants to watch the Gal Gadot fight a 50-foot woman for 2 hours.
Well, I mean, if Giganta got to wear the stuff she normally wears, I'd love to see that.
Yeah, but you won't see any crotch shots.
Yeah.
Good night, Prospero.
Bye, Prospero.
Bye, Prospero.
There was just something. Oh, Black Panther was an okay movie too. Yeah, Black Panther was okay.
I actually liked Aquaman better.
The CGI fighting in it sucked.
Yeah.
I hated the last battle. That was so boring to watch.
It was horrible.
I like watching the armies fight each other. Like, that was kind of cool. But watching Black Panther fight Warmonger was just stupid.
Plus,
Killmonger.
Killmonger.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right.
Killmonger did nothing wrong.
I mean, other than blaming all white people, yeah.
Killmonger challenged the king. The king said okay, even though it was past the time, and he lost. And then
the king should have said fucking no. It's
yeah,
like, you had your shot. Wait till the next king. Sorry,
but he didn't cheat in the fight. He didn't do anything he wasn't supposed to. He just beat him, and then once he's king, he can do what he wants with his country. He did nothing wrong, and he's the villain. No, he's not.
No, he's just sort of there. I mean, he wasn't exactly a good person, but neither is this isolationist country
saving everything for themselves. Yeah, fuckers.
And they had a wall.
They did.
Yeah, the best wall.
They had a dome.
Yeah, they weren't even helping out anybody. Like, I don't know. There were so many problems I had with that movie. Nobody looked very heroic to me.
They didn't. No.
It all seemed very selfish.
Yeah.
I think the only one who did anything altruistic in any way, shape, or form was Ross.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have to jump in and help them. He could have just sat there and be like, all right, I'll try to escape quietly. Maybe I'll get away. No, he got in that thing and he fought. Random says Ross should have died.
No,
Maybe.
Ross is a hilarious character in the
He's
comics. He's
good.
great.
He's funny in the comics.
Yeah.
Captain Jack, thank you again. Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Tell me more about your special bird powers. Welcome to Night Vale.
Well, Karen Carpenter's big power was not eating, so thanks for depressing us with the lyrics from that song.
It was until she tried to eat and she died.
Yeah. Her and Mama Cass should have split a sandwich.
Yeah, well, yeah, 60-40.
Yeah.
Oh.
She was a bigger girl.
Mama Cass, I remember her from Scooby-Doo. Oh, God. So let's get to talking about the title here, guys. I don't even remember what I titled it. It's something about apologizing. I was
I'm not
watching
sorry for shit. Fuck all you.
I'm watching an argument taking place on Twitter between Dick from the Dick Show, I forget his name, Dick Masterson, and Adindro. And it all sparked over an argument Dick was having with Sargon. Because apparently Patreon gave Sargon the chance to apologize, but it came like 2 weeks after everything blew up. And they're getting into an argument over, whether or not you should apologize for something you think is right or wrong. Whether you should apologize for something that you don't really think was wrong. And normally I would say, no, you don't apologize for something like that.
No.
But we're talking $12,000 a year and you have a family.
Yeah, for 12 grand a month.
Yeah.
I could be convinced to apologize.
And it's not like you have to mean it or not make jokes about it for the rest of your fucking life. Look, I've apologized to YouTube several times during these videos. If you think I'm in a goddamn one of them, I got a bridge to sell you.
Is it in New York? Because I need a bridge in New York.
It's not, unfortunately. It's here in Michigan. It goes all the way across the Atlantic Ocean. But it's only like 2 miles long, so it's a magic bridge. Patreon gave Carl a chance to give a full-throated apology. How noble of them. Yeah, well, nobody knows exactly what this apology what this was what it entailed. Nobody knows. There's a rumor going around that Carl was given the chance to apologize before any of this blew up. Carl says no. Nobody even knew about the apology until after Matt Christensen talked to Patreon. I don't know either way. But if you're making $12,000 on Patreon and they go, look, we have a problem with you saying white nigger.
It's still funny to me. I'm sorry.
It is, but it's fucking stupid. It was fucking stupid.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If they want, if they were like, hey, could you just say you? Because from what I've been told, he's already said, he shouldn't have said that. That he said it out of anger and he shouldn't have said it. Yeah. Well, if you're willing to go that far, shouldn't sorry be right there with it? If you're willing to say I shouldn't have said that, I'm sorry I shouldn't have said that be part of that?
You'd think.
Yeah, but they're going to want you to bend the knee further than that.
True.
It'll be a kneel before Zod moment.
Captain Jack, thank you. Dax, are you starving? Try not having a mouth. There is a very proud part of me that would be like, you know what? Fuck y'all. Fuck all y'all. But he's got a young kid, a wife. This is his job.
Yeah, the principal thing kind of dies when it's somebody that is dependent on by other people. Unfortunately, they know that, of course, and they're hoping you're just going to capitulate, but
But again, if it's something you've already said you shouldn't have done, that's where I'm having a problem with seeing the big deal.
Well, I think it wouldn't have been as big of a deal if Scribe Star hadn't been collapsed right afterward.
Sure, no, that is a whole different matter. And the
But isn't
YouTube
that the
lawyer.
thing, though? It's like they're absolutely colluding here. We can't possibly say that they're not at this rate.
No, of course not. That was pretty obvious. As quickly as Subscribestar lost their PayPal abilities.
Yeah, and then he could stand on principle of Subscribestar and stayed around, because then he could say, "Fuck you, I don't need to apologize."
Yeah,
Sure.
it's this monopolistic bullshit that needs to stop. And I know that sounds like a socialist's wet dream, but in this case, it's true. They need to fuck the fuck off and be a neutral platform, or say straight out, "Hey, we're not neutral. We're going to minimize your ability to do things because this is what we believe."
Real quick, Celtic Mandalore says, this is one of the things I have to disagree with you on. I have principle and can find other sources of income. Again, if he's already said, he shouldn't have said that. I don't see where sorry's wrong there.
Well, as much as they've shit on him and kind of given him the runaround and implied things, I think it would be pretty understandable for him to be like, "Hey, fuck you guys."
Yeah, but they didn't have all that runaround and stuff at the beginning. And see, that's also partially where it would depend for me. If it was 2 weeks after all this started, then yeah, go fuck yourselves. You're only doing it to try to save face because you're losing all of these people. And that's when you go to them and go, if you apologize, I'll come back. And then Evil One says, how much shit can you eat? If you say sorry for this, then what's next? Again, if it's something that you've said you shouldn't have done, I was taught if you do things you shouldn't have done, you do apologize. Might have just been my upbringing. When you harm somebody or you feel like you harm somebody, you apologize to them. You don't just go, I did wrong. I'm sorry I did wrong. And if he's not sorry, then he shouldn't have said that. He should have said, yeah, I should have said that. I meant it. There's a lot of, real quick, I got to say this because there's somebody who just chatted. What's wrong with the white nigger comment? Go ask Carl. He seemed to have a problem with it. Now
I don't think there's a problem with it. Let's
Time
talk
out.
about that for a second, though, after you're done with your little thing here.
Sure. Now he's out there saying, well, I was just mocking them. And okay, you were, but you've also said you shouldn't have said that. So why shouldn't you have said that if that's just what you were doing?
Right.
Pick one.
Yeah.
Don't come at me because I'm pointing out that he's actually being a hypocrite again.
Yep.
Anyhow, what were you about to say?
This bothers me that they're so concerned about it. Oh, the white nigger thing. It's like, but that's what trailer trash is, and that's what they're equating it to. And are we really pretending that they're not the same thing?
Look,
Let it out, monkey. Let it out.
for me, it's what he actually said. Because you can go back and he says, I was saying what I was telling them that they're acting like that. But he also says in there, white people don't act like this.
That's stupid on his part.
Yeah. And he said, can't we be civil? And like, well, you're talking to people that you think use that word and you're telling them to be civil to you. And he was pissed off at people talking to him in chat. It's not like he was, let's be honest about this, guys. He wasn't in an argument with white nationalists. He was upset because people were in chat mocking him. And you know what? You can ignore those people.
Yeah, you can.
He broke down and started just screaming stupid shit because he got his feelings hurt because people in chat weren't being nice to him. And if he honestly feels that way, then fine. Don't say you shouldn't have said that.
He was trying to capitulate to the crowd. That's one of the biggest problems too. Is like when he's saying, "Oh, I mean, white people don't do that." He's just trying to make sure that they stay calm.
Dumb.
It was dumb. That's the problem.
Super stupid.
Yeah, I think he just got angry and said whatever came into his mind first. And well, I mean, we've all done it.
Sure, we've all said it. If any one of you people in the chat or my two lovely co-hosts today would say you've never used the N-word to describe a bad situation,
I haven't.
You are so full of shit, you white motherfucker.
It's true. No, seriously.
Bear, if you have things to say, you have the link, by the way.
My mom was very opposed to that word. I told this story. When we lived in Norfolk and we said nigger please all the time. It was just something that all of us said. Black, white, Filipino, because those were the three racial groups you had there. We all said it. My mom heard my older brother say it once, and she made him sit down and write the dictionary definition of nigger 1,000 times. It was not something you ever said, much less said in anger. When I say things in anger, and you can verify this on our live streams, I tend to go to fag.
I've heard him say it. It's true.
Oops. No, that's not to say I've never said the word, and I've definitely said it joking.
Well, that's what I mean. We've all said it in a joking manner. We've never said it to a black person. Like I would say that.
I've said it to black people, just not in anger. There's a difference.
Sure. I mean, some of my best friends are obviously that. Why would I ever do that?
And the way Sargon was, he was just mad. He was just saying things in anger, and it's funny to me that the two words he went to were nigger and faggot. Those are the two words he drops in that rant of his.
I hate to say, but think about how I say immature, but I don't want to be like, oh, he's so immature. I'm saying that's the immature mindset where we go to when we're angry. It's just like, what'll hurt somebody the most, and
not me.
To the most offensive words possible.
Ask people who've annoyed me in my chat. I tend to go to dumb motherfucker.
Yeah, you do because you're judgmental.
What I say.
Fall back to fighting words that you know are going to piss off your opponent the most.
I don't agree with that. I think you fall back on the words you tend to use.
See, for me, I guess okay, go ahead.
When PewDiePie accidentally dropped the N-word during the game, you know he said that many times because it was way too easy for him to say.
And I doubt he ever said it to anybody in particular.
Sure, but it's something you know he's said before. It's something. Sure. It's an insult he uses. These are the two that Carl went to.
That says a lot about Carl, to be honest.
It does. And I again, if that's what you say, I have no problem with it. If you say it to a black guy in anger and you get your ass kicked, that's on you. But he's trying to play it both ways here. Look, I wasn't really saying. Listen to that was an angry fucking rant, and this is what he went to, and it was white people don't act like this, and you're a faggot. Okay. And then look, if you shouldn't have said it, then you shouldn't have said it, and you should apologize. If there's nothing wrong with you saying it, then you should admit you were wrong for saying you shouldn't have said it, and stop trying to play both sides of it.
Sure.
Thank you, Captain Jack. It's always darkest before the dawn. We are often reassured by people who are totally wrong about how the sun works. All hail the mighty glow cloud.
All hail.
Well, the sun is just God's flashlight shining on our terrarium.
Yeah, and at nighttime he just has to change the batteries.
Yeah, and he puts that lovely speckled sheet over us so it looks like it's nighttime and we go to sleep.
He's so thoughtful.
That's how the flat earth works.
Backscan said, just curious, would being called a dumb motherfucker be what would make you the maddest? Me, no.
No, one of my hate words that I just don't like using or saying at all. I don't like the word dyke very much. I don't know what it is. I just don't like it.
There is no slur you can call me that will upset me.
I'm not going to get mad. No. I just don't like the word.
If you want to upset me, call me a liar.
But you're not, though.
I'm not. That's why it pisses me off. Where was that by? I just saw evil one. If nigger is such a bad word, then no one should say it. Absolutely. But I don't believe words are bad. I believe intention is bad.
It's all about intention. That's why I don't think Felix is a terrible person for using it.
How is the Sargon thing any different than the Kevin Hart thing? It's not. Well, except for the Kevin Hart thing was not 11 years ago, in 2011. And they had to dig it up as a reason for him not to be able to host the Oscars. But he said words that are considered bad, and people went after him for it.
Well, sorry.
And the difference there is that Kevin did apologize. So, what were you gonna say, Jack? I'm sorry.
With PewDiePie saying the N-word, he's not from a culture that has a lot of black people.
That's true.
So he may not understand the full gravitas that a lot of people put on that word and the cultural baggage. Because, like, I've heard Asians use that word, and they have no idea the context it means to Americans. So it's like when you hear an Australian say cunt. That's like every third word with them. Or an Irish person. It doesn't mean what it doesn't mean what it means here to them. So I tend to kind of let a lot of that slip.
If somebody's playing a video game, I don't care what they say. I know people who just get really mad when they're playing video games. And Dax got to hear me the other day. I wasn't even playing against somebody. I was just annoyed at the computer, and I didn't drop any N-bombs during that. But
I cussed at my computer more than I cussed at anybody else in a game before.
Yeah, that happens.
That's because the computer cheats.
Opie says, look where apologizing got Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart declined the job and then apologized. And right now, Ellen DeGeneres is trying to help him get the job back. So, and apparently the Oscar committee wants him back. So where did it get him? Probably got the job. Does calling someone a motherfucker actually mean you think they fucked their mother? So does calling someone a nigger mean that you actually think of that? Well, it depends. I mean, no, I don't think many people, when you say motherfucker, actually think you mean they're fucking their mother. That's the whole thing. It's the intent behind the words. You can call them a poo-poo head and it could mean the same fucking thing.
You mean their heads aren't actually made of poop?
Indeed. Indeed.
Well, we have no evidence, so we don't know if they're a poo-poo head, but they might be.
Oh.
So you have to crack their skull open to find out.
James Colley says, exactly, but in a way, so did Sargon. I hate defending him, but facts, as I've heard them, it's kind of warranted. How do you mean defend him? Defend him how? Look, I don't care that he said it, and I was just curious what people thought about the notion of when you have other people that depend on you for their well-being, and all you're being asked to do is apologize for something you said you shouldn't have done anyway, and you got $12,000 a month on the line. What's the big deal?
Well, I think at this point it's face saving. Like if he had done it early on, it would have blown over by now. But now he has to.
Not only that,
the principles stand.
Yeah, not just his face. I mean, all of the people who have come to his to rally behind him. People are like, you know what? Tell everybody to get off Patreon. We're all going to go start our own thing, and yeah, that's not an easy pill to swallow there either. I get it. I mean, and like I said, I'm a stubborn motherfucker, and if I didn't think I'd done something wrong, first of all, I'd have never said I shouldn't have done it. But I would be hard to find a way to apologize for that. It would be an apology like, I'm sorry, some fucking white niggers got offended by my white nigger comment. But yeah, that's where I would be. Put him in the spotlight. Who are you talking about? Sargon? He's kind of been there anyway. I was waiting to see if James Colley had responded again. Yeah, I don't know if I could apologize if I didn't feel I did something wrong. I know I couldn't apologize if I didn't feel I did something wrong. For $12,000 though, I might be able to.
Yeah.
For $12,000 a month.
Like I said early on, if he had done it, if he had issued an apology, then it would have blown over a lot quicker. But at this point, he can't.
Yeah, I don't. Well, he can't now because I mean, you're right. I mean, he's told so many people not to use Patreon and said that he's I forget the one tweet that he's going to work against them, actively work against them or something like that. Monkey, the apology has to be full-throated by Patreon standards. Well, once again, I also think there's a part of me that would really enjoy apologizing just to do nothing but talk shit about them every time I was on stream again.
Yeah,
You remember when these motherfuckers said I had to do this? Yeah.
Well, even if he did apologize, there's no guarantee he'd get his Patreon back.
Right.
They could just say, well, that apology isn't good enough. So, I don't know. I mean, I kind of see where they kick you off once. You're not going to want to trust them again.
Well, I think a big problem with all of this is what Jack Conte said when Lauren Southern was kicked off. And remember, this actually goes, what Sargon said predates what Jack Conte said. Because Sargon's comments were, I think we're at 11 months ago now, and Lauren Southern was just kicked off this past summer.
Mm-hmm.
So what Sargon had said was 3 or 4 months before she got kicked off, and Jack Conte came out and said, look, we're not gonna judge people by things they say on other platforms or on things that aren't on their Patreon.
Nigga.
Yeah. You got to say honky first.
Well, I'm so happy that our magical mulatto man is here.
Nigga honky kike cracker.
Wow.
You're acting like a black honky.
Wow.
No, I can't help it. Good morning.
Are you
Good
close?
Morning.
How are we? Are we wonderful? Are we fabulous?
Ghetto fabulous.
Fabulous.
I watched Venom. I'm not going to be fabulous for a few weeks.
I have not seen it yet.
Don't. Have you been listening to what we're talking about here with Patreon?
Oh yeah, I have things to say that probably piss a few people off in the
I
chat.
bet you do.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, so the people that are sat there now grandstanding, talking about virtues and what's the word I'm looking for?
Principles
And stuff like that. Shut up. You're not a YouTuber. I promise you, if you're saying those things, you're not a fucking YouTuber and you're not in anywhere near that position. You have no idea what you're talking about. So please wind your neck in.
What do you think of the whole Patreon thing itself?
Well, Sargon's a cunt for fucking telling people to leave the website, and every other creator who told people to leave the website is a cunt. Because there are smaller creators who got hurt by this,
Yeah.
and it was perfectly fine for someone like Sargon to recover because that motherfucker's the king of the genre and gets all the shekels. People are probably spurging out in the comment section. I can't see, so seriously, if you're sat there grandstanding talking about principles and stuff like that, then you honestly you have no idea what it's like to be a content creator on YouTube and doing this kind of content, or you've been you've had your head in the culture war for fucking too long. Sit down, step back, and think again. If you're one of these people that thinks that, if you genuinely think you're on the battlefield of the culture war, and you're fighting the good fight, well, then you need to realize that we're not fighting on our terms.
You know what makes me laugh about all of this?
What?
Where is Sargon waging this war mostly?
On his own channel.
And on Twitter.
And on Twitter, yes.
But he's not waging that war under Sargon. Because he can't, because his Sargon account had gotten deleted.
Well, it's the @not_Sargon.
Indeed. But when he got kicked off Twitter, he didn't go around and tell everybody, you need to stop using Twitter. Thank you so much, Dark Shade. Hey, Bear.
Hello.
Captain Jack, thank you so much. Irate Bear, Interloper.
He's earning me about $4 just by joining.
There you go. See, I'm a fucking rabbit's foot, mate.
You are.
You really are. No, I just find it funny that Sargon has no problem using a platform that kicked him right the fuck off to talk about how horrible a platform is that kicked him right the fuck off.
In my mind, if you're sat there and you think you're waging the war, a culture war, waging a battle on a daily basis, then you need to understand that there are sacrifices in war.
Indeed.
and Sargon is in a very unique position. Put yourself in the man's shoes. You know, he's constantly attacked every single day.
Sure.
You know, by many of his opponents that sit there straw manning him all fucking day long.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong; some of them aren't completely wrong.
Right.
I have my criticisms of Sargon. You know, he makes $12,000.
Did.
You know, which he uses to do things which people seem to like, and people seem to think are of value. He actually gets out on the street and talks to people and debates people, and he's working with UKIP. He can't do all those things without the shekels.
I never had a problem with this Sargon making any amount of money. Whatever you can make it. Good for you. But when it comes to like, we all know why he came back to Twitter. Without Twitter, your channel dries up and dies. To be fair, Twitter didn't cost him $12,000 a month. To be fair, if he stayed off Twitter, it would eventually. Ask anybody who's been kicked off. That is where you get a ton of your views and a ton of your followers from.
He also loves being a troll. Something that he really needs to fucking... This is my biggest criticism of Sargon. That motherfucker needs to decide who and what he is. Is he a troll or is he a professional?
Well, I think that's how he got himself in this situation, isn't it?
Yes,
Because
it is.
he was trying to troll people that were annoying him, and he needs to either be the intellectual or be a troll.
Yeah, and he needs to be professional if he's going to do it, and he just keeps fucking around. Like he just seems to think that he's messing around on pole all the fucking time. You're not, dickhead. You're the biggest person in the genre. You're the representative of the genre.
Which wouldn't be a problem if he went the troll route. That's how, I mean, he came up as a troll. And Deborah, he's not a professional troll. Milo was a professional troll. He is a half-assed troll at best, and he's a good intellectual thinker when he tries to be.
Yeah, Sargon is not a professional troll in any way, shape, or form. He's not very good at it. The amount of times he's been made to look like a right cunt.
Yeah.
When he's been trying to do it, you know.
RJ said Dax is funnier than Sargon. Well, thank you.
You are.
Thank you.
I like Sargon. A lot of his content. There's a lot of the stuff that he does where I'm just like, Sargon. But it does amuse me that he's using a platform he was kicked off of to whine about a platform he was kicked off of.
I enjoyed his intellectual thoughts on certain things. That's why I followed him for the longest time. And then I unfollowed him when you had that whole hypocrite video about him a while back.
Yeah.
I gave him a second chance, but then I got bored with him. So
if you use Rule 4, you are a cunt.
And Rule 4 makes you a hypocrite.
And a cunt.
Yep.
Don't use Rule 4. Cowardly.
Fix you later.
Yeah, I gotta get a new one. He got owned by Christy Winters twice. I didn't know twice. I know once, and he looked really bad on it. He didn't do real well in the Spencer debate either. I think he did a lot better in the Spencer debate than people give him credit for.
I agree. I definitely agree. It's funny, Monkey, because you know his first debate with Christy where he admitted that he lost at the end of it.
Yes,
that was the first time I ever saw Sargon. Actually,
really.
Wow.
I saw his videos first, and I've told you this before. I didn't watch a lot of Sargon because even at 2x, he talks like he's on Valium. He talks so slow.
That's just the British.
Bear doesn't.
Have you met me?
Bear talks normal.
No, Bear's an exception. He's an honorary American.
Well, I talk too fast for my own good, but...
Hey, Camel says, Sargon is good when he's working off a script. Without a net, he makes a right ass of himself. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And that's what he should stick to, because that's his strength. And I don't think anybody's told him that yet. Or nobody's going to listen to. But again, even with everything else, I do think Sargon gets way more shit than he deserves.
Well, he's a big dog.
Well, he is. But he's also, I mean, being seen as part of Gamergate, and you have the whole Medicare thing against Gamergate now. It seems to, those guys are all antis. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
That's all they're good at is like fighting.
Yeah, and Sargon needs to not pay them any attention.
No, he's going to dig himself into a hole he's not going to be able to get out of, and he's going to go the way of Milo.
Yep, and it's better to stick to your strengths.
Mm-hmm.
Burton there says, "What is Rule 4? It's a dirty communist tactic, is what it is. The rule states is holding your enemy to their own standards, which translates to basically use their tactics against them.
Which is stupid.
I hate the wording of Rule 4 because it makes it sound good.
It's from the book Rules from Radicals by Saul Alinsky, and there is a way to interpret that rule where it doesn't make you a hypocrite. You hold them to their standards by pointing out that they're breaking their standards.
That's what it sounds like nowadays.
What most people, including Sargon, take it to mean is, well, if your opponent would block or would report you, well, then it's okay to block them.
Right, which is the reason why I unsubscribed from him that first time, because Monkey did a nice video on that, which is still probably somewhere on his channel.
Oh, it is. It is.
You guys should find it. It's still pertinent.
Yeah, I don't suffer hypocrites well.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. That's why that is my biggest pet peeve is hypocrisy.
Mm-hmm. Sargon is the British Bloodwing. Bloodwing does talk so slow. It's awesome.
Bloodwing is smarter and knows his history better than Sargon does.
Midnight Nexus in Exile says Rule 4 is the only valid Alinsky rule. No, it's not. It's not a valid rule. Especially when it comes to the culture war. And you're talking about things like deplatforming people and how bad it is to deplatform people, to turn around and do it yourself. I mean, what are you fighting for then? When I'm fighting for free speech and to hear somebody who claims to be in favor of free speech is out there blocking people, or sorry, getting people banned, fuck you.
Super hypocrite.
There's a position that I despise. That I sometimes hear from British content creators.
Definitely missionary.
I love my country, but I'm gonna leave my country.
Oh,
shut up! I hate that.
But you're a patriot, are you? Shut up and sit down, you prick.
Midnight Exile says it's absolutely valid to hold people to their own standard. It's to hold them to it, not to use their own tactics against them. Is actually what Rule 4 says.
Mm-hmm. But people interpret it as use it against them, which we have actually seen Sargon do.
Yeah.
With Christiosity, if memory serves.
Yeah, let's pull up the rules for radicals because you can see all the rules.
It also wouldn't surprise me if he had straight up flagged a few channels down in his time as well. I mean, I would like to be an American, but not because I want to leave my country.
Let's see, where's Rule 4? Make the enemy live up to his own book of rules. And yeah, that's what it actually says, but the way people interpret it is use their tactics against them, which isn't what it says. And I've never read the book to know if that's what they how it's described in the book. But the rule itself, there's nothing wrong with the rule itself. Make your enemy live up to his own book of rules. I mean, if your enemy says that they're not, or that they're in favor of free speech, but they're getting people banned, then you point it out and you mock them for it and you relentlessly beat them over the head with it.
It's the wording, I think, Monkey. The word make is in there.
Yeah.
And you can't make someone do something by pointing out the hypocrisy.
Oh, you can.
You give them a good, basically what that rule says is give them a good, nice little spanking, and then they'll play by the rules.
And good morning, Midnight.
Super chat.
Thank you so much, Darkshade. Isn't saying I love my country, but I'm leaving it what all these economic migrants are saying as well? Kind of.
Especially the Mexican ones that I've seen over your side.
Shit, man, the ones coming from Honduras had their Honduran flags with them.
I can't stand that. Turn them away immediately. It's like you have such pride, but you're willing to abuse our system? Fuck you, get out.
So I've wanted to move to America and become an American And I know that what that would entail. It would mean learning the Constitution. It would mean learning American history. It would mean doing things legally and showing that I actually want to embrace American culture,
And
or at
this
least
is
the
why we
culture
take
of the
you.
state from which I'm moving to. I recognize that because it would be hypocritical of me to not do that. Because if you move to my country, I expect you to adhere to our laws and embrace our culture.
Grr.
If not, go home, motherfucker.
Right. Piss off. If you don't want to be us, get out.
Fuck off, EVL1.
Thank you, Midnight in Exile. Hit me up at midnight in exile official at gmail.com so we can work out the pitch. I just got home from work. Don't expect reason.
The fuck is the pitch?
I don't know. And Terry Diamandis, thank you. If it helps, the example I've heard given for Rule 4 is if they say every letter gets a response, send them 10,000 letters.
Ooh,
Well, that would work too.
that would be evil.
Yeah,
yeah.
The problem is that we've talked about the interpretation that what they do makes it okay for you to do it back to them.
That's a common interpretation.
That's just wrong.
Unfortunately, the lefties who use rules for radicals don't implement the rules the way they just don't implement their rules. Because you can't use Rule 4 against somebody like Monkey, me, Dax, or Jack.
Right.
Because we don't. What are our tactics? We just point and laugh at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can try doing that to me, and I'm just going to point and laugh at you, pointing and laughing.
But it doesn't work because the left can't meme.
They can't.
Oh my god, look at how terrible you are. I'm like, you think we're bad? You're funny.
No,
when you've got people in my comment section calling me a Nazi,
You're not?
not today.
I'm going to get in trouble because I dropped the N-word a few times this stream.
Yeah, you did.
Nigga.
But that's something that bothers me. I mean, you can have a conversation about the word nigger and say it without it being a racial slur.
No, you can't.
You just put a hard R on it, Monkey. That's it.
I did because that's the word.
Nigga.
It's bad and you should feel bad.
Damn, that sounded like a good song. Keep singing.
What I was saying.
You were singing it. It sounded like a good song.
Well, it's from Grand Theft Auto 5, isn't it?
Is it?
Oh, yeah. When he walks up and was like, nigga.
I don't remember that part.
I love how Frank is like, what? Exactly, Mimi. I rate better than Milk Tea Nazi.
Yeah.
Simultaneously, I've had a lot of alt writers, tell me that I'm not human, or tell me that I'm not British.
Well, I can't argue that one. You're definitely British.
Oh, I'm 100% English, motherfucker.
Dickheads.
Dickheads.
Sadistic. I dropped the hard R.
A couple times.
I've said it. Yeah, I don't think I've said the A interpretation of that anytime I've said it tonight.
Nope.
You know why? Because I was talking about the hard R word. Sorry, stretching. Bear's an English muffin.
Toasted.
Oh shit.
Do you guys want to know what it actually says about the fourth rule?
Sure.
I can find my copy. It's like a paragraph. That's it. The fourth rule is make the enemy live up to their own book of rules. You can kill them with this, for they can but they can no more obey their own rules than the Christian church can live up to Christianity. And then it goes into the fifth rule. That's all it says.
So then they're talking about pointing out that they're not living up to. They're just talking about pointing it out. Like turn the other cheek. Well, you're not turning the other cheek, or always keep the Sabbath holy. And most Christians are out drinking on Saturday.
Yeah, they have no idea.
It's such a bad rule 4, because you can counter that very easily by saying, you're just interpreting my rules incorrectly, motherfucker.
Yeah, it easily could fall into the no true Scotsman fallacy, because it's so poorly worded. You could interpret it in different ways, but it does lead into the fifth rule, which is ridicule is man's most potent weapon. Well, by that interpretation, you could say, well, you should ridicule them by pointing out that they're not living up to their own rules. But again, this is just so poorly worded. It's not that well of a written book.
It's not, but Sargon reportedly loves it, and it got
surprised.
quite the boost when Obama became president, because it's one of his favorites as well.
Also, not surprised.
Yeah, it's good for like community organization, but it's not Machiavelli.
Thanks for coming, guys.
No, sorry, guys. I stretched and I hurt myself. Gary says Christiosity was being an abusive cunt, replying on Sargon not reporting her because he believes in free speech. Twitter agreed and Temp suspended her. What?
Wait, Christiosity got suspended?
This was a while ago. That's what I made the video about. What happened was Christiosity was upset over the Russian Deadpool thing and said that she would harass Sargon every day on Twitter for the rest of ever. And he took that to Twitter and said, look, she's harassing me, and got her a temporary a suspension over it. And this is a man who said he believes in free speech. All he had to do was block her or mute her or ignore it. If you believe in free speech, you don't go running to mommy and daddy because somebody said something you don't like.
Right.
Period.
He could have muted her. He could have blocked her. And it's a really good thing none of these people saw my video on the Russian Deadpool thing.
I like that video.
Fucking edgiest thing I've ever done.
Yeah. I love the gunshot. See, my favorite thing about that is that right after the shooting, Danny Court started wearing a Deadpool shirt in all of his videos.
The autism is strong within him.
He's an edgy boy.
That is so. No, I don't think he did it on purpose. I don't think he.
I don't think he's smart enough to have done that on purpose.
Bears, still up. I don't know actually. I can't remember what I called it. Was it the problem with male feminists or something like that? Because I had several digs at male feminists. Fucking hell, that was ages ago.
Yeah, it's been 2 years now, something like that.
Fuck me.
Is he the male feminist that killed his girlfriend? Yes, he is. And for all of their bullshit about he was on drugs, the prosecutor, after reviewing the evidence, moved it up to first-degree murder. So I'm thinking they weren't believing the drug shit. Would Sargon getting her temporary suspended have been okay if he made money off of it? How do you mean? Thank you, Captain Brack. Jack, stay tuned next for a digital sound effect, an empty stage, and several minutes of people moving about the theater to buy drinks and chat and use restrooms. All hail the mighty Glow Cloud.
All hail the mighty Glow Cloud.
And Johnny Hellcat, I showed my friend Bear's roast video, and he damn near choked on his drink at the end.
What roast video?
I don't know. What roast video did you do?
I've done a couple. I back in the day when I first created Lord Bear, I did a couple roasting content creators. Fuck me, I'm going all the way back to when I used to get views. Yeah.
You said principles can be ignored to make money. Did I say that?
Kind of.
I said that I wouldn't have a problem apologizing if I said it was something I said I shouldn't have done anyway.
Oh, I think I found it. Yeah, I found it.
Did you?
I'm so happy.
You know, when did I upload this? 19th of June, 2017. Yes, if you want to see it, it's there in the chat. There you are.
Didn't she get in a fight on Twitter with Dankula recently? If you're talking about Christiosity, I can't see her. She blocked me for sexually harassing her friend by telling her friend to stop thinking about my dick.
She blocked me. I never even spoke to the bitch. Same with Fisty.
I know why Fisty did it. Fisty blocked me for making fun of Michael Rowlands.
That's not difficult. All you have to say is hi to him and he freaks out.
No, I was repeatedly calling him chicken fucker.
He's a chicken fucker.
He looks like one.
The first video I ever made on him, I actually put his face on the chicken fucker character from South Park.
James Colley says you got DM'd on Twitter.
Oh, James, I saw that. Yeah. That was about the whole Sargon thing. He was saying that Sargon it's similar to what Hart did, where Hart apologized after he denied or declined the job. And Sargon said he shouldn't have said the whole male or white nigger rant before this ever came up over Patreon. When people started pointing out, like, did you really do that? And yeah, he said back then that, I shouldn't have done that. It was in anger, and I was just I don't know if he actually said frustrated, but he was clearly frustrated what was going on in chat. Will Kevin Logan ever get to nut in Christy Winters?
Well, he can hope.
Maybe.
The why you would want to, I don't know.
I'd do it.
I would never.
Can you imagine what their kid would look like?
Ew.
You come out looking like the cat.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, more monkey education streams. I enjoyed yesterday's stream. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, here people want us to do a part 2.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they do.
We'll have to do that. We'll have to do that sometime. It's not something you can do immediately. We got to let that percolate a little bit.
Yeah, we can only give you so much information or your head's going to explode.
We can pick another topic and do it.
Yeah.
Is Steve Shive still around? I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about him in a while.
I, like everybody else on Twitter, are blocked.
Oh, yeah, I've been blocked by him for fucking ever.
Unless he doesn't have my alt account
blocked.
He didn't have Geek Platoon blocked, so I followed him over there. It never blocked me.
I got bot blocked by him. I think before I ever really knew who he was.
Yeah, same. Before I even started doing this, I used to just use Twitter to keep an eye on commentary channels, like not in this genre, the actual commentary genre.
Yeah.
And then all the commentary channels, like, who is this Steve Shives and why am I blocked? And I went to go check, and I was also blocked. Oh, is it Steve Shives or is it Steve?
He's still making videos.
Really?
Yeah, apparently. I'm actually starting this video up because is he wearing a wig?
Wouldn't surprise me.
What is his at?
I think it's at Steve Shives.
It's hard to find, though.
This is a picture from his video.
That's a wig.
I know it is. I just think it's awesome. Yeah, he has no hair. He's got a bald spot.
That's why he wears the hat.
Haven't you ever seen his hat come off?
Ugh.
He's got them butthole lips. Oh, why is his lips always so wet? Steve,
Let's a dog give him kisses.
See a doctor.
Yeah, there he is. I found him. It's _Shives. I'm not blocked.
Yeah, he's still out there making shit pretty regularly.
How's his views these days?
Oh, for the most part, well, it depends. He's got mostly 2,000, 1,000, 100, or a couple hundred, and he's got a few that jump up to 6, almost 8. He had one at 8. This one's at 11 because it was.
He's still getting $1,200 a month on Patreon.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Damn, Sargon's gonna be pissed.
I think they just forgot. These are people that just don't pledge about $5, $10 and just forgot about it.
Yeah, I don't know what he's really been up to. I haven't watched him. I haven't watched Christy in forever. Is she even still making videos?
Can have a goosey gander.
Welcome to people who used to be important.
These are people who we used to make response videos to all the damn time.
Yeah.
Fuck, you spell a stupid name.
Aristi.
You type Chrisiosity and you get Fisty.
She just did a stream last night. She did a end of the year Patreon hangout a week ago. Oh dear Lord. That haircut doesn't suit you, Christy.
Is it her short haircut? Because that's legendary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Christy.
It makes her head look tiny.
Honey,
Her
if I'm
cheeks
going
are-
to bang you, I need the long hair to pull.
Again, why would you want to? Even in jest.
I think I could fuck the hate out of her. Were you not listening last night? I got skills.
Yeah, no, I heard you.
I want to teach her.
How old is she?
No one can tell. Some say she's like 50 something, but I swear she says she's 40 something.
406. Oh, she actually has a video up titled "How I Stay Out of Twitter Jail."
Yeah, by not saying anything worth anything.
By getting let off when she has been busted doing stuff, because she's been reported for stuff that she did, and they've let her off for. She started harassment campaigns, and I didn't report her, but she bragged about how she was let off. What do we got going on in the chat there? She did a reaction video to a Canadian rapper's new song about a week ago.
Why?
Christy did?
Canada has rappers other than Snow
and Moose.
All I see is live streams from her for the last 3 weeks.
Seriously, can anyone name another rapper other than Snow? And he had one song.
Wait a second. This says OBS test reaction to Dax. Dax?
What? I don't remember doing any of that. What did I do?
OBS test reaction to Dax. Is Dax the Canadian rapper?
Oh, God, I hope not. I had the name first, motherfucker. I'm older than you.
Because it says a reaction to Dax, serve and protect.
Awesome. There's a Canadian rapper named after me.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of makes fun of mom, though.
That's like 2 weeks ago.
Ew. I'm a little feeling dirty now.
Are you a dirty snowback?
I don't know. Are you a dirty cookie?
Yes.
All right, then. I guess I'm a snowback.
Don't eat me.
Well, no promises.
Some drilling required. IKEA outlet plays pornographic movie on large screen.
Oh, yeah, we saw that.
Wait, she says this black guy gives her LA vibes even though he's Canadian. Isn't that racist?
It's countryist, I guess. Xenophobic, maybe.
He looked like he from the inner city, yo.
Oh, my God.
Is she calling him Mexican? I don't even understand what she's saying.
Well, apparently she goes on to explain it's because she's a 90s kid and that's what she saw in the 90s. Like, yeah, from your TV in South Dakota or wherever the fuck you grew up.
Yeah, there's no way she was born in the inner city.
Yeah, she's another one. If she even drove on the outskirts of the inner city, she'd have that door locked and be speeding.
She'd be panting hard, like, oh my God, I just need to make it home. Come on, just 5 more blocks.
Do you think she has one of those animal support? What are they called?
Support animals?
Yeah.
Animal support.
I had the words right, just in the wrong order.
I think she probably has a dragon.
She Imagine Dragon. Oh, shit.
She got one of them big black dragons.
She's radioactive.
You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you, Dex?
No, but Jack got the joke I gave.
I got the joke you were giving.
Yeah, well then laugh, motherfucker. Thank you. Your pity means everything to me.
I think she would have a support hamster that she has to flush away.
She pet it too hard.
Yeah. We're going to live off the fat of the land.
Tell him about the rabbits, George.
Well, then I don't even know where to go next. Man, we've had quite the conversation tonight. And you know what? We haven't even hit up our hashtag yet.
We have not. Also, if I get hit with one more rolled up newspaper, I'm going to put Jenna in a timeout.
He can do that. He has the authority. Hey, Dax.
Yes, sir.
What's our hashtag?
That would be MITAM.
You should go over there and
I
pull up a
should.
story, and I'll be right back.
Okay, let me do that. Going to the Twitter, going up to MITAM.
Whilst we're here, I suppose we should do some shilling. Guys, if you like content that isn't within the political sphere, go subscribe to Irate Alex. The link is in the chat. Have fun.
Ew, I see a big-chinned woman with her baby dancing to One Direction. That's going to scar me.
That'll learn you.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have looked at that. So let's see. Ooh. Woman shot dead by Calgary police on Christmas. All right, let's look at that one. Now, does he want me to read it, or I got to wait for him?
I don't know.
What do you two think?
I don't care.
Thanks, Jack.
I don't know why you let me on here, honestly.
I don't know. He told me to invite, so I invite.
Well, I appreciate it, don't get me wrong, but my crappy sub count and useless banter really don't provide much to the stream.
Boy, your sub count's, I think, bigger than mine. I think I got, 158, something like that?
Yeah, do you even make videos?
I've got 3, thank you very much.
Oh, 3. I have 600.
Well, then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God, what fresh hell is this?
It's called the internet, Bear.
Where is this?
Yeah, no, I'm just collecting news for Ghost Poo. And of course, guys, don't forget the Monday episode of the Ghost Poo podcast will be tonight at 10:30 GMT, 5:30 EST. Come along, bring a friend, bring some chips, bring some dip, and get your dick out.
Just whip it right out.
Mm-hmm.
Whose channel are you on tonight?
Mine.
Excellent.
I'm seeing more waits than goes, so we'll wait for him. I swear to God, if you actually hit me with the newspaper, I'm going to stab you with a spear. Why are you doing this?
Wouldn't that be cultural appropriation?
No, my dad made it out of scrap metal. Stop it! Piss off. Stop.
Yes, what you been up to, Bear? Since he's going to get in some domestic violence here, we might as well.
I keep getting hit.
No, not a lot, mate. You know, I'm trying to produce a video every other day for Irate Alex, but I don't know if I'm going to make one today.
Oh, why not? Run out of topics, or
No, there's things for me to do. I need to finish my wholesome prank series, and I know what I want to focus on. I don't know, man. I'm just not in the mood right now, I suppose.
that's understandable.
I have tamed the beast. She has left.
Oh. What about you, Jack?
I don't really do much. I try and post a video a day. I kind of bailed on yesterday, so I'm gonna upload 2 today.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got my whole week planned out for videos and got most of them done already.
Oh, good. Anything fun?
Not really. Just doing some comic book reviews. That's kind of what I do anymore.
Okay.
And I got a new laundry video coming up on my other channel on Friday. So it'll be a dryer if anybody wants to watch that. It'll be exciting.
Okay. Cool.
What I
beans,
miss?
Cool beans.
I got beat up.
By who?
It was
I won.
funny.
She came in with an actual rolled up newspaper and beat me up.
Your girlfriend did?
Yeah, she did.
Nice.
It's all Jenna's fault. Anyway, I found a story.
What's the story?
Woman
I
shot
can
dead by
already.
Calgary police on Christmas was like a Disney princess, say friends.
I'm pretty sure they don't get shot.
Well, I mean, they usually come back, but I'm pretty sure this one's dead.
Oh.
All right. I will share the link with you guys if you want to read along, but I'm going to read this one.
Can I just read this headline?
Mhm.
Sure.
Please. Scientists invent a wearable testicle cooling device that
Oh.
cups testes in a chilled pouch to boost men's fertility.
Yeah, I
I-
saw that yesterday, 2 days ago.
I don't know if I want one, but I'd like to try one on.
Just try it once.
That's how you get cold balls.
If it's cold enough, it'll be blue balls.
Do they come in different sizes?
He's asking for a friend.
I don't think that's something you want one size fits all, you know?
It needs space hopper size for Jack.
Yeah.
Well, remember, the bigger the testes, the more likely to cheat. We learned that
That's right.
yesterday.
What?
You missed our entire educational stream, Barry. You need to go back and watch it. We brought on somebody who works at Hooters. It was great.
Wouldn't they shrink from the cold? It depends on how cold it is. It's probably a way to keep your testicle walls cool so your sperm is more lively, actually.
Yeah.
But if it malfunctions, you're going to get frostbite.
You're going to get frost balls.
Yeah, no one wants frosty balls.
Black balls.
Ice cubes.
Okay, let's hear about dead Elsa.
She was like a Disney princess. Those are the words a friend used to describe Stacey Perry, a 29-year-old mother who was shot and killed by Calgary police on Christmas morning.
Oh,
She was, it's pretty sad. She was soft-spoken, wore dresses all the time, loved life, and was so vibrant and full of life, said Perry's friend Carolyn Rennie, holding back emotions. Every time I talked to her, she had such a big heart, Rennie said in a Friday interview with Post Media. She cared so much for everyone else. Rennie met Perry last June at an addiction treatment center in Salmon Arm, British Columbia, I believe.
just like all the Disney princesses, she was high as fuck.
Nah, I'm assuming she was working there, but wait, no, maybe not. Hang on. When I met her, she was going through a lot of challenges, and we were going to support groups together. Okay, I take that back. Then after her stay, no fucking joke, Jesus. She decided she would move here, said Rennie. She got a place here. Her 9-year-old daughter was back in Edmonton, so she would visit her when she could. I hooked her, Perry, up with a job in an insurance company here, and things were good for 4 or 5 months. The shooting of Perry is being investigated by the Alberta Serious Incident Response Team. They have an acronym.
ACER.
Yeah. After a wild driving spree in Calgary, sources say Perry's car pinned a female officer to another vehicle before a 10-year veteran of the Calgary Police Service fired his gun, killing Perry. She sounds like such a nice girl, doesn't she?
She was such a sweetheart.
She's a Disney princess.
Disney
Mind
princess
you.
who
Jesus
runs over cops and shoots heroin.
They didn't say she was a good person. They just said she was a princess.
No, they said she was a good person.
There's lots. Well, they're obviously evil people too.
They said she had a big heart, and what else?
She wears dresses all times.
Cared so much for everyone.
Yeah.
Cared so much about killing them.
Vincent Church, an ex-boyfriend who remained close with Perry, called her a vibrant and caring young woman who dealt with alcohol and substance addictions. She was a well-meaning person who was battling some addictions, would often call and look for guidance or advice. Stacey always had a good heart. It was hard for her, but she was doing her best. She was trying very hard to get through all of that. He later said after Perry had left the rehabilitation facility, she was continuing academic studies in medical office administration. Don't they not hire junkies or former junkies, if I'm not wrong?
In the U.S., I know they have a problem with that. I don't know about it's Canada, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Canada. I'm wondering if they have something similar, though.
Canada,
Anybody in chat who's
it's okay.
Canadian, please. I would like to know. Let's see. Perry was a woman who would panic when addiction got the best of her, Church said, adding he believes that's what may have caused Perry's flight from the police, leading to her eventual death. That panic could take several forms. It would cause her to run away from a situation. It wouldn't happen often, but that panic would set in, says Church. The day she was shot, she may have undoubtedly had a bad time or a bad episode, or somebody threatened her or did something to cause her to panic, he said. It would probably give her the fight or flight reflexes, and when she became distressed, she didn't always make the best decisions. This is pretty long.
She hit a cop.
Yeah, I'm going to get to that part.
Panic mode.
I'm going to find that because this is a long ass thing.
She hit a cop.
Yeah, she did.
That's not making the best decisions. What the fuck are you? All right.
Just after midnight on Christmas morning, Perry was driving erratically near 9th Avenue and Blackfoot Trail SE, I'm not sure what that is, in a gray Honda sedan with a BC license plate. Officers tried to stop her vehicle on suspicion of impaired driving. However, she failed to pull over. Driving through the city's northwest, police said she was running red lights at fluctuating speeds. 2 more stops were attempted, also unsuccessful around 12:30. Police stopped following the vehicle about 10 minutes later, citing safety reasons. Remember, they're not allowed to chase them up there. It's like once they start getting erratic, you're supposed to back off.
Moose can only go so fast.
Haha. Less than 2 hours later, police received a call about a driver running red lights and doing U-turns in northeast community of Falcon Ridge. Officers located the same gray Honda sedan from earlier being driven the wrong way into oncoming lanes of traffic.
Jesus. She was a good girl.
Yeah, she was an amazing girl. So nice. The community loved her.
Just like Elsa.
Yeah, I bet you they liked her behind, the Denny's and in the corners of Walmart, and police attempted to
dark spot.
Yeah, any dark spot and a couple of fibers. We're good. Police attempted to control stop of the sedan, which was entering into whatever boulevard. I can't read that word from Stony Trail, but it's even Canadians have weird words every once in a while.
That's McKnight.
Oh, it is McKnight. I thought oh my God, I couldn't even see that. I thought it said like McLight or something. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Ain't so easy, is it, bitch?
Hey, it's got its moments, asshole, but I didn't say it was perfect. All right. By positioning a police vehicle in front of the sedan and additional police vehicles on either side of, or each side of, and behind the car. As officers began to exit their vehicles, the sedan was put into motion, according to the ACERT in a statement on Thursday. Rennie said she didn't know what happened to Perry the morning she was killed. What I know is that whatever happened that night would have been completely out of fear and completely not something she would ever do in a sober, sane, state of mind. So you're saying that your friend was fucking blitzing?
Yes.
She was totally recovering, and she got control of her daughter or something, or got to see her anyway.
She saw her daughter once in a while.
Yeah. So she wasn't a good person at all. She's a recovering addict who obviously wasn't recovering, and you guys are pretending like she's a princess. Literally,
look, she could still be a nice person and a complete fucking degenerate drug addict, but she was a drug addict, guys. Stop pretending that she was perfect.
Disney princess, get the fuck out of here with that.
Disney princess. I don't remember that movie.
To be fair, by this standard, that's the first Disney princess I'd fuck in the ass.
Well, I mean, she's a corpse now. I mean, you got a good shot. She's not going to struggle.
I wonder if that's legal up there because they loosened up their bestiality laws. Why not necrophilia too?
The next step, man. Next step. That goes on to say that I think the officer isn't dead. Actually, no, she was just injured. Looks like.
Well, good. I'm glad the officer's okay. It sucks, and there's a 9-year-old girl out there without a mom now. But
yeah.
If somebody had to die in that situation, I'm glad it was her, not that cop.
And again, what can make you freak out that much? It had to be drugs, so you can't tell me she was in a good state of mind.
Her ex-boyfriend, who remained close, said that it was her fight or flight response. This was 2 hours later.
Right. That means you got to be continually tweaking because, contrary to popular belief, that shit wears off pretty quickly, actually.
Oh, shit, Sarah, you're right.
Depends how many whippets are in the car with her.
Sarah says, now you can tag Disney Princess for the video.
Hell yeah.
It's not a lie.
I wouldn't do that, though, because I don't want kids watching what I put out here.
Yeah, it's a shame. She was a pretty girl, but she did this to herself.
Very much so.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why do Canadians think that they're French? At least pick a better country, says Jack of all. Yeah, that's pretty funny. They're pretty fucked up there. They like to pretend they're all nice and innocent, but they've got their dangerous people the same as us. It's just apparently they don't have as much access to blow.
Or too much.
Ah.
Well, they should import some Mexicans from us and Hondurans.
Oh. I wonder if this is what Satsu was tweeting about earlier. It's a story coming to us from Massive Dynamic. By the way, who sends a ton of stories for both this and MSS News. Thank you so much for all of it. A lot of you guys really do, and thank you so much. Frosted Glass does. Colleen does still. Tons of people do. Jack, the motherfucking Cochran, does.
Occasionally. I don't see much of him anymore.
Some of us have shit to do.
This comes to us from Teen Vogue. And for those of you who don't remember Teen Vogue, they're the wonderful outlet that gave us the article telling teenage girls how to have butt sex.
Are we talking about Digital Blackface Lady?
Uh-huh.
Yes. I was hoping we'd do this one.
Why do I know her face? Wasn't she on like one of the Desperate Housewives of Orange County or whatever it was?
Yeah, this was in August of last year, or no, the year before last year.
Oh, okay.
That's why you recognize her. I don't know why, if this is an old article or if we're just talking about it, but I like the story.
Now I got to look her up real quick because I swear she was on. My wife used to watch those Real Housewives shows. I think she's from like the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I don't know why I know that. Fuck, I don't
People
know.
are fun.
Anyway, this is digital blackface, guys. We need to talk about digital blackface in reaction GIFs. Adore or despise them, GIFs are integral to the social experience of the internet. Thanks to a range of buttons, apps, and keyboards, saying "it me" without words is easier than ever. It me.
Yeah.
But
Not a thing
even
in 2017? I don't know.
even a casual observer of GIFing, however you guys say it, I'm not fucking arguing over it tonight.
It's a GIF.
It's a GIF.
GIF is a peanut
it's not.
butter.
It's GIF.
It's a fucking GIF.
It's aluminum too.
Aluminium.
Nope.
What does the G stand for?
I don't remember.
Ghetto.
Isn't it graphic?
I don't know.
I think so, yeah.
So that would be
No.
GIF.
No.
The creator says it's pronounced GIF.
The
I say
creator's
that
a moron.
it's silent.
I say the F is silent.
It's pronounced dicking. GIFing would notice that as much of online culture, Black people appear to be at the center of it all, or images of Black people at least. Yeah, see, the Real Housewives of Oprah, of Atlanta, Oprah, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, NBA players, Tiffany Pollard, who the fuck is that? Kid Fury, and many, many other known and anonymous Black likenesses dominate day-to-day feeds, even outside online Black communities. Similar, the idea that Black Vine is simply Vine, as Jeff Ihaza determined in the Black Vine. Isn't Vine gone? Oh yeah, we're 2 years out. Okay. Black reaction GIFs have become so widespread that they've practically become synonymous with just reaction GIFs. Well, for the record, my favorite GIF, whatever you want to call it, is the little white girl who takes a sip of her drink and spits it out wearing the little blue top.
Yeah, classic.
That's my favorite one. If you've never heard the term before, digital blackface is used to describe various types of minstrel performance that become available in cyberspace.
What?
Black minstrelsy is a theatrical tradition dating back to the early 19th century, in which performers blacken themselves up with costumes and behaviors to act as Black caricatures. The performances put society's most racist sensibilities on display and in turn feed them back to audiences to intensify these feelings and disperse them across culture. Many of our most beloved genres owe at least part of themselves to the minstrel stage, including vaudeville, film, and cartoons. While often associated with Jim Crow-era racism, the tenets of minstrel performances remains alive today in television, movies, music, and in its most advanced iteration on the internet. I'm not reading the rest of this shit.
Yeah.
For those of you who hadn't heard this before, I still want to open up Teen Vogue. I want to see what they're talking about. I ain't checked in on them for a while. What they're saying is that if you use a GIF of a Black person in response to something, and you're not Black, what you're basically doing is putting on blackface. Because the woman who wrote it's a fucking moron. My favorite is Michael Jordan. Stop. Get some help. Yeah, that's a good one too.
Stop it. Get some help.
Is that a dude?
We should all send her that GIF right now.
Oh yes. I just don't understand how you can even make that claim. Wasn't this a BBC YouTube video? Yeah, they did one not long ago. I think theirs was within this last year, though. I want Teen Vogue. I want. I'm sorry. They have a subsection called the Rag.
Yeah, they do.
It's only published 4 times a month. 4 days in a row.
I love the other stuff they got, like in their breaking U.S. stuff. It's like, why we're painting murals across Puerto Rico, and then they talk about Cortez and Rashida and Nancy, and then of course they're harping on Trump and saying that black people are getting killed by white officers and all this other bullshit.
The Rag is kind of what it sounds like. What the fuck is fur oil?
And then meltdown furries.
You just take the big ones and they just kind of wring them out.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Rag, and it's delivered to your doorstep for $24.99, valued at $130. The Rag is about thinking beyond the blood when it comes to fitting your period needs. Imagine a life where menstruating. Okay, and then it has all these products that you get, and sorry, it's on a rotating thing, so I'm gonna try to get them as fast as I can. You get period panties, lunette cup. Is that how you say it? I guess. Fur oil, pure peace serum. I'm gonna have to look at fur oil. Rail sheet mask, Big Chill, which looks like some vitamins. This is L tampons and Rail maxi liner. Now, what the fuck is fur oil? I want to know what it has to do
it's
with
for pubic hair care.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Kind of named right on the nose, ain't it? Could have just called it beaver oil.
Yeah.
What's wrong with your pubes?
They're on a feminist.
This shit is so stupid. Just browsing their site makes me want to like kill puppies.
This essential oil blend for pubic hair is brilliant for those who shave or wax. Like
we used to just call that lube.
Well, now I'm really confused. Is it to make your pubic hair soft, or is it to make it where you can shave it easily? Because if it's for your pubic hair, but you shave your pubic hair, are you pouring it on the pubes you've shaved off?
It might be to help keep the skin smooth so that you don't get like the bumps from shaving.
Then that's not for pubic hair. That's for your bald pussy.
I don't know.
Oh my god! I just ran into a story about fucking the Golden Globes. Why didn't I stay away?
I only read one story about that, and it said Sandra Oh made a dirty joke. And I can't remember what the dirty joke was.
I don't know what the dirty joke was, but apparently Emma Stone apologized for something about like Crazy Rich Asians and shit. Oh yeah, the whitewashing of the two of the all Asian American leads or whatever the fuck it is. We talked about Ghost in the Shell and Aloha. Both have had whitewashing in it, and all I can think of is Ghost in the Shell was an approved movie from Japan, and they wanted Scarlett Johansson to do it.
Yeah, because the character's racially ambiguous. She's an android.
Motoko could be anybody. That's part of the point.
I feel like you guys are being racist right now.
No.
Yeah, just like Iron Fist can be a white guy because only Asians know martial arts.
It's not like Danny was designed as a white guy from the start.
Oh,
wait!
Hate fact.
Fucking bastards.
I don't allow racism on my show.
Why don't you let the brown boy talk then?
After dropping the hard R several times.
That wasn't me.
It wasn't you.
Wasn't me.
It's been extreme afterwards.
Worst joke. Sandra Oh on This Is Us. Her introduction of the cast of This Is Us to present the award for Best Actress in a Comedy Series was simply tasteless. Quote, break out the tissues because you'll want to masturbate to them. Did she really say that on stage?
I don't know, but it sounds kind of funny. but not to the subject matter, but the joke itself is like, break out the tissues, you're going to want to masturbate.
What is This Is Us?
I don't know, but I'm going to have to use that one in the future.
Is that a TV show or something?
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's probably some racially motivated thing.
Wait. Is that Big Bitch on it? Because they can't mean her.
Ugh.
Big bitch.
Yeah, there's a big bitch.
That's a big bitch.
All right, here's a picture from the show. Y'all tell me if you're going to touch yourself to any of them because I don't want to know you anymore. I guess she's kind of cute.
Yeah, and that tree is pretty sexy. But
I like the tree, and I like the guy's mustache.
He's a pretty
wouldn't-
man.
Yeah, you fucking.
I can't see her well enough. She got a
Pervert.
cute face.
I'm not a pervert.
She's no
Mustache ride.
the dude on the far right reminds me of Michael Rowlands in like 10 years.
Ugh.
With the hat.
or like he looked at VidCon. The lady on the far left here is no Stacey Dash. She's cute. Okay, so maybe I'd touch myself to a couple of them.
There you go. Bust out the tissues, but not the good tissues.
Yes, right. None of that stuff with the oil in it.
No aloe vera.
Okay, what else do we have for our hashtag here? This one comes from Peter. Boy, 4 years old, taken for a risky ride. That if that's actually a picture from this, that parent needs slapped the fuck around. Oh, Peter, it's not gonna let me read your story. It wants me to subscribe.
I wonder if I can get around that. Hang on. Nope, it really wants us to pay for it. Holy shit.
Yeah, they don't even have that 3 stories first rule.
Damn, dude. Well, fuck
Yeah.
you, Australia.
In the picture, there's a child riding on top of the car in a little carrier. I mean, it's a see-through carrier. It's not just the ski rack on top. There's something there, but it's like a little wire rack, and there's a kid riding in it.
Yeah.
You guys deserve to have your child taken away. You're an asshole.
Now, to be fair, as a kid, you'd want to sit in that.
That's why parents have to be parents.
Nope, you have to go with whatever the kid says. That kid is transgender, probably part pony, and conceivably can fly.
Probably. Forrest asks, Ranting Monkey, why do you compare every woman to Stacey Dash? I don't. I compare every woman to my wife and then to Stacey Dash. Because I don't know if you've seen Stacey Dash. There she is.
Oh my God, stop.
Man, what?
Also, we had several people link the story that we can actually read it at, which goes to Daily Mail.
Did they just do it or was it down below?
Jenna definitely did it. So Jenna and Forrest both sent them back to back, actually.
Why am I not seeing this?
Because you gay.
Are you on Top Chat again?
No, I wasn't even looking. Oh, okay. I wasn't looking in chat. I was looking in the stories here. Shocking moment. A car drives down the street with a nappy-wearing child on the roof, and the infant's mother had no idea where he was for 10 minutes.
Oh my God, that's even better. Take the kid away.
A nappy, by the way, nappy is a diaper over there in England.
Or it's bad hair, right, Bear?
Mm-hmm.
You're white. You're not allowed to say nappy hair.
I didn't say it. I referred to it.
You're not allowed to refer to it either.
Whatever.
And
A nappy-wearing child has been filmed riding on top of a car for 10 minutes as his mother drives, unaware her child is on the roof.
It's like, how do you not know where he is, for one? And how do you get on the roof?
Footage obtained by 9 News shows a silver Holden driving along in Harrisdale, Western Australia, just before 6 p.m. on Friday. The shocking moment shows the toddler as the mother continues to drive through the streets, oblivious to the fact that she didn't place her child in the car. Other motorists attempted to alert the mother by flashing their lights and beeping at her to no avail. Yeah, she doesn't seem to pay attention to things going on around her. Her child may have been on top of the moving car for about 10 minutes, the publication reported. Quote, the child seemed fine and looked like he was enjoying himself, a witness told 9 News. Other witnesses said they felt sick to their stomach after seeing the young child on the moving car. Further footage showed police speaking to the mother after she stopped at a petrol station. And that's the end of the story. Good job, Mom.
And take that kid away.
It would be bad enough if you did know. That you didn't know?
You didn't know, and then you wouldn't respond to the outside stimuli, which had to be from at least 5 or more people.
She's probably like, they're wolf whistling at me.
Oh, God.
My brights aren't on. Why are all these people sexually harassing me?
It's the middle of the day. Why are people flashing their lights?
You fuckers. I hate you.
Bigots.
You know, there's a wacky sitcom in here somewhere.
Yeah.
A Mr. Magoo kind of thing.
Yes.
Pakistani International Airlines tells obese cabin crew to lose weight or they'll be grounded.
You can't force me not to eat, Mom. Dare you to ground me.
Jesus. Pakistani International Airlines has allegedly instructed obese employees of its cabin crew to lose weight in the first 6 months of 2019 or risk losing their jobs. On January 2nd, Pakistani outlet ARY News published a memo detailing that management for the airline has decided to gradually reduce waiver of 30 pounds excess weight to 0 pounds in upcoming months for the cabin crew. Oh. If any crew found above 30 pounds from the desired weight after January 31st, 2019, will be grounded or referred to Air Crew Medical Center for medical evaluation and treatment until weight is reduced up to the desired standard BMI. Henceforth, weight check of all cabin crew will be carried out at their base stations respectively, and comprehensive data will be maintained for perusal of management. Right, fat bitches, you don't get to be Pakistani airline carriers.
So I think they should go one step further, and on their way to the checkup office, like if you fail, on your way out, they have all the other people that did pass lined up, and they get to grab your jelly rolls and go, "Hey, fatty, fatty, fatty."
By the way, Dax,
Hmm.
that story was sent to us by Jack the motherfucking Cochran.
Who's that?
Some asshole.
Yeah, sounds like a dick.
Dax, I sent you a DM, mate.
On Twitter?
No, Discord.
Oh, disky.
You know what's on my Discord right now?
Stacey Dash?
Yes. And she's showing off her naughty bits.
Good.
She's friendly.
Good. I'm glad.
I was looking at something else. There we go. What else do we have? How do you guys feel about making airline staff lose weight?
Well, they make passengers pay for extra seats.
Yeah, it's not an ordinary job. You do have, the narrow walkways, and there is the whole gas thing. Monkey is a funny ass. What'd I do?
He likes funny ass or is a funny ass?
Stacy has tits and ass. She does.
Because somebody told me to refer you to Gia Lisa, and she's a hot redhead, but she's got no tits.
Oh, this hot redhead. What was her name? Lena Decker. She got both. She's got a little white girl ass, but
Man blames cat for child pornography found on his computer.
Okay.
Goddamn cat. He's at it again.
Do you have a link to that story? Because that's perfect.
Or you can read it if you like.
Perfect. You don't deserve it because you've never used a snipping tool before.
I don't know what a snipping tool is.
Oh, look up your snipping tool, man. What Windows are you using?
I don't know what he wants me to do.
As much use as fucking tits on a fish.
First off, tits on a fish would be awesome because that's as close to a mermaid as we're really getting.
Do it seriously. The snipping tool is an amazing time saver, dude. Just do a search on your computer for snipping tool.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it snipping or sniping?
Snipping.
Okay.
It's been included with Windows for a few versions now.
It's a very
Okay.
good bit of kit. Especially for making videos with as well. Like you can add like all the screenshots that you want.
Oh, it is a desktop app, but apparently I have it.
Yeah, and put it. Make sure it's on your desktop, either actually on the desktop or a shortcut to it, because it is amazingly useful.
Well, I can just type it up. Select the snip mode using the snip. Okay.
Yeah, it's really really fun and easy. Bear, what's that story? Send it to me.
I've sent it to Dax.
He did. Apparently, he doesn't like you.
I'm gonna.
I don't like you very much at the moment, Dax.
Because I don't know what a snipping tool is.
Because you don't know how to use it.
All right, you know what? Fuck you, you limey cunt.
Hey!
Wait, is this a real story? Did she really say that?
Well, it's a Florida story.
No. I'm reading another one. Go ahead and read that one.
Man blames cat for child pornography found on his computer. What is it with cats and keyboards? A Florida man accused of downloading child pornography is blaming his cat's erratic keyboard mashing for the crime. Keith Griffin was charged Wednesday.
Wait. Time out. The cat accidentally typed the exact dark web spot to pull up child porn.
No, the cat did it on purpose.
Oh,
It was erratic. So, he could have done it on purpose. He might have just been trolling, or hell, the cat might be watching it on his own.
Is this the monkeys typing Shakespeare?
Yeah, except with more meth involved.
Jesus fuck. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to give you the Scribe treatment there. Go ahead and finish reading.
With 10 counts of possession of child pornography after detectives found more than 1,000 images on his computer.
That fucking cat.
What a piece of shit, that cat.
You need to take that cat to your local Chinese restaurant and just be done with it.
Chop him up, turn him into stew. But Griffin alleges he had no knowledge of the illicit images and says his cat was behind the downloads. He told investigators that his cat had a habit of sitting on the computer's keyboard, and he said that on several occasions he came back to his computer to find that strange material had been downloaded. Police didn't buy the story, of course, and he's currently being held in the Martin County Jail. The cat reportedly is being cared for by a family friend.
Who will now be framed for kitty porn as well.
It actually links to something I can help with this. Maybe Griffin should consider investing in some anti-kitty computer software. PawSense claims to be able to recognize and prevent cat typing.
Well, it wouldn't have helped in this situation because the cat typed very well, apparently.
Yeah, you got to be pretty specific for dark web.
And not just that, downloaded. Typed and downloaded.
Too funny.
Send me that link, would you, Dax?
I will send you the link.
Throw it into MSS News. I want to read that later tonight.
Hashtag MSS News.
This one comes to us from Rambler. Nancy Pelosi says Constitution makes her equal to the president.
No.
Well, her specifically, no, but Congress is separate but equal. They're equal branches of the government.
Yeah, as a body.
As a body. Just when you think it can't get any more insane in Washington, we have this gem coming out of the swamp today. New Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, was asked a series of questions by reporters today. In a piece with a headline declaring her an icon of female power, Pelosi was asked by the reporter if she considers herself Trump's equal. The Constitution does, she replied. Oh, God. Can we get all of these? Everybody in Congress needs to sit down in a civics class. You don't have to do much. Just explain to them their fucking job. The President Succession Act names the Speaker of the House second in line for the presidency after the Vice President. That actually makes it third in line, jackass. The two positions are not equal. Pelosi will do everything in her power to keep Trump from getting the wall. And it goes on to talk about that. So Nancy Pelosi thinks that the Constitution names her the equal to Trump. And that's just not true. Not true. Sorry. Oh, God. What is this one? Okay. This this one comes to us from William Savage. Remember, guys, I don't write these. We don't make this shit up. These are actual news stories. In fact, this one comes to us from the Washington Times. The NAACP blames white supremacy for Portland earthquake signs.
What?
Portland, Oregon, a new city policy requiring public signs on brick buildings warning they might collapse if an earthquake is part of a long history of white supremacy aimed at forcing black people to move out of neighborhoods, the NAACP in Portland says.
Okay.
The group on Thursday decried the policy affecting some 1,600 unreinforced masonry buildings that are on average 90 years old, many in areas of predominantly black population. The policy, quote, exacerbates a long history of systemic and structural betrayals of trust and policies of displacement, demolition, and dispossession predicated on classism, racism, and white supremacy, the group said. What a word salad piece of shit that was. The NAACP said the policy will make it tougher for owners of brick buildings to get loans and will discourage investment. It says that means buildings will have to be sold and that developers will demolish and redevelop. It's fact. They're not making it up. These are unreinforced buildings.
Nope. Clearly, preventing earthquake damage to your building is obviously white supremacy. So we should just let all these buildings fall on black people.
Duh.
The actual fuck. The warning signs are to go up on public buildings this month and on most other buildings by March 1st. The warning on them says this is an unreinforced masonry building. Unreinforced masonry buildings may be unsafe in the event of a major earthquake.
I don't know if you guys have had this piece of news, but I'll send it over to Dax.
I don't know what to even make of that. They're literally trying to warn people so they don't get hurt, and these guys are like, the honkies hate us.
Well, now, see, if they don't get hurt, they can't be victims.
Oh, yeah, Bear, we've seen that one. It's about the people who were trying to get a GoFundMe to build tunnels to go under the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking assholes.
I'm going to send you something that I need snips of, okay?
I will try to snip, but you got to be specific because I'm not very good with freehand.
Why? It's literally, you just stretch the fucking square over
if you need a rectangle, great. Don't ask me to do anything more than rectangle then, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's it.
It's just a rectangle.
You stay out of this, monkey.
There was a flood that took place. That took out a whole black segregated neighborhood in Portland, but that was just white supremacy, I guess. Good thing they didn't put up signs.
See, what they did was they took a slide of color and pushed it down into a neighborhood that they didn't like. It's the evil of white supremacy.
Dude, where's that? Scrappy said all buildings can be unsafe in a fucking earthquake. That's true. But there are things that make them more unsafe, and an unreinforced building is one of them. That really pisses. You ever see a picture and then you click on the story and it's nowhere in the picture or in the story? Sorry,
yeah,
the picture's nowhere in it. This one pisses me off because that's a cute girl and I want to see her close up. You guys are bastards. Why do you do that to me? What's this one? NBC contributor William Arkin quits, accuses networks of being defenders of Washington and the system. Huh. Longtime military analyst William Arkin has stepped down from his role at NBC News with a scathing letter criticizing the current state of journalism, as well as President Donald Trump. Arkin, a U.S. Army veteran who has worked for NBC as a reporter and commentator over the course of 3 decades, wrote a 2,228-word internal memo obtained by CNN on Wednesday. Excuse me. So this is a guy who worked at NBC, wrote a memo that was obtained by CNN, and this is a Fox News story about it. That's awesome. My expertise, though seemingly to be all the more central to the challenges and dangers we face, also seems to be less valued at the moment. Oh, somebody wasn't getting work. And I find myself completely out of sync with the network being neither a day-to-day reporter nor interested in the Trump circus. Well, that's all we really care about right now.
Did anyone learn from James Damore that you don't write memos?
No shit, right? You never put anything down in writing. One, the whole memo thing I don't get, because if somebody wrote where I used to work before all this happened, there was a guy who wrote a scathing memo. They changed the work structure there. They were still quite generous with your working hours and stuff, but he had been given a weekends off. He'd always had weekends off, and they weren't allowing that for many people anymore. And over that, he wrote this scathing fucking memo and sent it out to the whole company as he left, which just made most of us laugh. Nobody gave a fuck. Like, all right, so he quit. See ya. White liberals can be mobilized by the actual sacrifice of a few minorities. You don't even have to sacrifice them, man. Just tell people that something bad has happened. Tell them that somebody insulted them. Oh my God. Random says, I've already been snipped. You and me, but me and you both, brother. Houston,
sorry, Monkey. I'm just busy just trying to get screenshots and stuff at the moment.
You're fine, man. Rep Hudson reintroduces national
Reciprocity?
Reciprocity, thank you. On day one of new Congress, Senator Richard Hudson reintroduced national reciprocity for concealed carry on the first day of the 116th Congress.
Yes.
The legislation passed the House on December 6, 2017, and was never taken up by the Republican-controlled Senate. He is now putting it before the Democratic-controlled House.
That should have gone. It's not going to go through now.
Oh, no, it's not. Through this Congress? No fucking way.
No, they had a golden opportunity to get that in, and they should have done it. Oh, you got super chat.
Thank you, P Dog Knight. By the way, the KP cat's name is Vadim. Oh, that's funny. There was a lot of stuff, and there was a lot of stuff the Republicans should have got done that they had every chance to do and didn't, and they don't understand. They're taking the wrong messages from losing.
Yeah.
From getting their ass kicked. And they actually didn't lose that bad, but they had so many chances to get. One of the things, I mean, going back to Obamacare, repeal and replace. Well, what are you going to replace it with? We'll tell you when we have power. You guys have power. What are you going to replace it with? I don't know.
Worst magic trick in history. For
6 goddamn years, they said that. 6 fucking years.
They had other plans at one point, but they just threw them all away and were like, nah, we won't do that anymore. Fucking idiots.
They did. The wall, that should have been taken care of.
Oh, absolutely. And I would have really liked to have the CCW reciprocity, but it's never going to happen now.
The only real hope would be Trump to win and win decisively and enough that actually puts Republicans back in control of the House, which probably is going to take 4 years instead of 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, at least 4 years. It'd probably take 6 years because if Trump were to win in 2020, they'll probably lose seats in 2022. Yeah, they're just so many things that they should have been doing, and instead they sat on their asses. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say they got complacent.
Well, no, they're pussies. They're a bunch of goddamn pussies. This has been going on with this is why I stepped away from the Republican Party, because at one time I did consider myself a Republican. And like, you fucking assholes get into power and you do nothing. Everything you said you would do. Guys, once again, the whole wall thing, this predates Trump by decades.
Yeah.
They've been talking about this for decades. And every time the Republicans get into power, they start worrying about keeping that power. Oh my God, the press is going to say bad stuff about us.
Yeah.
And so they turn into either Democrat lights or they turn into just fucking statues where they do nothing. They're fucking pussies. Scrappy says that never Trumpers impeded Trump. They're a bunch of bullshitters. You're not wrong, but that's just their excuse this time. They've had power so many times. They've actually had power more than the Democrats in my lifetime now, I think. Because they've controlled Congress since 94, except for, 6 years where they didn't control it all? Maybe
Something
8
like
years?
that.
Yeah. So they've had the power for a long time. It's just they finally got a Republican president again after 8 years, and yeah, they're just like, we don't know what to do anymore. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Jack.
Oh no, you're fine. They're like the dog that chases cars, but
Yeah.
they don't know what to do with it when they actually catch a car.
Again, they're just so worried about keeping that power. So fucking worried about it. And they don't understand that if they just do their fucking job, do what people fucking elected you. Unless you're thinking about running for national office, you don't need to give a fuck what the national press says.
Yep.
Keep your constituents happy and they'll keep electing you.
Well, they all have delusions of grandeur. That's why you can't trust them.
So many. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. And most of them have no chance in hell of going anywhere else.
Of course not, because they're all smarmy fucks. Nobody that wants to be in Congress should be in Congress.
Samuel says, well, of course, the goal of conservatives is to keep everything a certain way. No, of course, they're going to do fuck all with that power. They just want it so Dems don't fuck everything up. Yes and no. They get elected by telling people what they will do, and whether that is repealing something, which would take you back to a state you were in, or passing something like the concealed carry. They get elected by saying this is what we're gonna do, and then they get in there and they don't fucking do it because they're pussies, goddamn pussies.
Yep. And Jenna P says, someone take Elizabeth Warren from my state, please. No, because then we would all be going off the reservation.
I see what you did.
Dad joke of the day.
I cannot wait for this election to get into full swing.
Oh, it's going to be such a shit show.
Oh, because guys, for the most part, Trump was the only one who was really mean to the other Republicans. The others might, question, well, I don't think he has the right policy here, but nobody was like, that guy's a dick. Democrats are mean as fuck when it comes to the primaries.
Yeah, they get a little more cutthroat.
They do. I just saw it today on the, it was on the Venom movie. The Venom movie has a preview for a movie coming up about Gary Hart.
I'll bet that'll be fun.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know Gary Hart, he was running for the president back in 84.
Yeah, something like that.
84, 88, I forget. And he ended up having to step down because he was banging someone. The Democrats run deep opposition research and then they fuck each other up. And it's happened time and time again. And it should be so fun with this group that we already know we have.
Oh, especially with all the intersectionality now, it'll be like total blood sport.
Yes.
They're going to accuse everybody of being, all their opposition will be supporting the neo-Nazis and blah, 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 whatever hate group of the moment. It'll be beautiful.
It will. There are so many, and I'm trying to think of major ones, but my mind is blanking. But major things where Democrats have taken out other Democrats with the opposition research, and it ends up running into the general election. And the Republicans pick it up and get blamed for it. But it all started in the primary, and it'll be so fun.
Yeah, Edwards is a good one for that.
Yes.
He had an affair, and that $400 haircut thing, that all came from oppositional research.
Yeah, guys, Hugh Jackman plays Gary Hart in that movie. I remember that scandal. That's the first scandal I remember of my lifetime. That was some funny shit. Willie Horton. Yes, P-Dog. Yeah. Willie Horton. That's the big one. That is the biggest one.
My favorite was the Michael Dukakis in the tank.
Yeah.
And talking about how he released that guy that went out and like
Willie
raped
Horton.
and murdered people. Yeah.
Willie Horton. Willie Horton came from opposition research, and the Bush campaign picked it up in the general election.
But that scene of him driving around in the tank,
that was so bad.
That was beautiful editing. Whoever did that was a marketing genius.
Yes. Because for those of you too young to remember, Michael Dukakis ran against George H.W. Bush in 1988, and he got defeated by three things. One, he had a furlough program. Was that in Massachusetts?
I think it was. Yeah, somewhere in the Northeast.
Yeah, and there was an inmate whose real name is not Willie Horton, but I can't be bothered to find out what it is, who was released on furlough from prison. This was supposed to be a good behavior thing to help get guys back into society. And when he was out on furlough, he raped and murdered a woman, if I remember correctly. I know he murdered a woman. I think it was rape as well. That was used against him. The second one is during the debates, he was asked because he was against capital punishment, and they asked him, if your wife was raped and murdered, would you be for capital punishment for the guy who did it? And he's like, no, I wouldn't, because I don't believe in that. And everybody's like, wow, that guy's a pussy. If his wife got raped and murdered, he wouldn't be mad, because he came off so milquetoast in that answer. So it was so not a good look for somebody wanting to run the country. And then the final one.
I'm gonna drop out, mate.
See you later, Bear. Thanks for coming by, bud.
Have a good stream, chaps.
You too.
But
see you later.
The final one was he was. I don't know if it was a parade or what, but somebody let him get in a tank. He obviously wasn't driving it, but he had his head out the hatch, and he's wearing this helmet that's like 3 times too big for him. And he just looked fucking ridiculous. And all of those taken together, he never had a fucking chance.
No.
It was so bad.
Dax, sorry.
Dax, is he done making you work?
Yeah, and I'm frustrated I couldn't figure it out, so that's always fun.
Oh, well, anything I can help with?
Nah, I'm not even going to worry about it for the rest of the day.
All right. We got to talk about this chick. Who sent this one in?
Did I?
No, I said who. Sarah sent it in. We actually talked about it briefly on Lords of the Night, I think. Woman sent 159,000 texts to a man she met on dating site.
Jesus.
Oh, hang in there. It gets better. Real quick, Samael says, what about his policies, though? Anything good? He was a Massachusetts liberal, so he was quite liberal, talking about Dukakis. It depends on what you think is good.
Yeah, by today's standards, he's an alt-right Nazi.
Yeah, by today's standards, he is. Okay, so this oh, dog. A Phoenix woman accused of stalking a man met on a dating site and sending him more than 65,000 text messages, apparently sent twice that many. Jacqueline Aids sent a man more than 159,000 text messages, some of which were threatening, over the course of nearly 10 months, according to police records the Arizona Republic obtained via a public records request. How many dates do you think these two went on?
0 or 1.
Yeah, 1.
The two went on a single date.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
The man, whose name has not been released, called police after he found Aids parked outside his home in July 2017. Paradise Valley officers escorted her off his property, and that's when police say Aids began threatening the man.
AIDS.
Yeah.
AIDS.
One text read, I'd make sushi out of your kidneys and chopsticks out of your hand bones.
That's quite inventive. At least she's not letting it all go to waste.
Oh, those are tiny ass chopsticks. Your hand bones are not that big.
She's crazy, dude.
I know, but at least she could be like consistent with her crazy.
In April 2018, AIDS was arrested for trespassing inside his home while he was out of the country. AIDS is pleaded guilty or not guilty to charges of stalking and criminal trespass. Her trial is scheduled to begin February 5th. Now, what this doesn't tell in the story we read last night or 2 nights ago now, not only did they find her in his home, she was taking a bath in there. And she actually said, she told the police that she'd spent so much time with him, she just thought it was okay. They went on one goddamn date. One fucking date. Now, look, guys, I don't judge people by their looks most of the time. Why won't this work?
I do.
What? Oh, shit. Damn it. I think I'm going to have to drop and come back, guys.
Okay.
My Chrome just froze. Son of a bitch.
Hurry back.
Yep.
Now that he's gone.
He's
What
not
can we
gone.
do?
I can still see him there.
I'm not gone yet. I'm waiting for it all to close down. It's not. Son of a bitch.
Ruined my comedic moment.
Did you fall off the lead?
What the? Okay, I'm going to go look at Stacy while I wait for this.
Functional, it says Chrome, what a plebeian. To be fair, most of the time you have to use Chrome to stream.
To use Hangouts, you have to, because Google. What the fuck?
You're going to have to reboot.
Monkey, hit Control Shift Escape and go into processes and kill the Chrome.exe processes.
Chrome didn't shut down properly. Would you like us to reopen it? No. I saw what happened last time, you jackass. Okay, now I was not done with that story because I want to show you guys something. I want to make this point.
Monkey must stream forever now.
Yes, because there's 2 of me.
We'll never let him go.
All right. You see this woman?
I see those crazy eyes.
Now, this is a woman that's not ugly, but she's not attractive.
Yeah,
she's got that.
Sports.
Yeah, she could, but she could also probably suck the balls right out of your dick. Don't do it.
She's very plain.
I have never met a woman who looks like this who's not fucking insane.
Absolutely. You got to take a look at her. I don't care how desperate you are for sex. Take a good look at that face and tell yourself, no.
Yeah. No, just don't. Now, if there's some of you out here who look like that and you're like, Monkey, I'm not crazy, I'm not going to argue with you or tell you where I live.
No, because you don't startle the crazies.
Okay. I'm trying to get chat back open because it's the one thing that's not open yet.
Yeah, I bet she's got like a fat ass. And and not in a good way, but like that Midwestern sloppy kind of. Yeah.
A little bit too much, almost like a shelf. And she wears stretch pants, yoga pants all the time.
Yeah.
I know the type. You can look at some people and you're like, I know you.
Yep, exactly. There's only so many types of people in the world, and the terrible Walmart shopper is one of them.
Yeah, but she's a regular at the Walmart.
Yeah, but you know what? The saddest part of this is that dude probably didn't even have sex with her.
You know, I'm thinking he tapped it.
Yeah, me too.
Because how else would she know where he lived?
She probably looked at his driver's license.
Yeah, she could have done that.
Or looked him up online. I'd be willing to bet she like Facebook stalked him or Twitter stalked him.
No, you got
screwed up.
No, see, Jack, that's the kind he banged her. They went out to they probably I don't know. He took her out to Arby's, and she went. This was meant to be, and started thinking about marriage immediately. So she went home and put out on the first date.
Arby's. We're gonna have bees together.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know. She doesn't look that classy. She looks more like a Golden Corral kind of girl. Well, Ponderosa's out of business, so.
I used to love Ponderosa. Ponderosa's probably out of business because of me.
Because they offered too much good food at the buffet.
No, it's their fault. They had a all-you-can-eat steak night.
Yeah, I remember that.
I ate. The only reason I stopped eating is because at 2.5 pounds they brought me another one and it was all fat, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna start spitting in my food.
This is your warning food.
Yep. It's like, okay, I'm done. But yeah, I didn't eat anything else. I didn't go to their salad bar. I didn't have any side dish. Like, just bring me the steak. She lost her virginity to him. No. This bitch
God, no. She's definitely fucked before.
She's done this before. She lost her virginity to somebody in her family.
Hi, Dad.
Yeah, Uncle Daddy did it, and oh man, there's so much wrong with this story because I date a lot of crazies. I'll be the first to admit it. They're drawn to me. My pheromones smell like Twinkies. I'm a little bit of a freak magnet. And I can tell you, I've been around these clingers before, and sometimes they just cannot accept that you said no, especially if they're over 30. Man, that baby brain problem, the blonde's disease, it's a real thing. And they build up these weird fantasies. It's creepy.
She was averaging 530 texts a day.
What a crazy! Oh my God,
She must be unemployed.
530 a day.
I would have changed my phone number after the first day.
Jesus fuck. Ed says, sorry I was late, but I really agreed with Irate Bear in this stream, which is nice for once. Are you talking about the stuff we discussed earlier? Or, well, obviously you are because Bear's not here, but can you be more specific, sir? Hang on, I gotta resize everything because when it came back up, it's not how I had it, and that pisses me off. I need to be able to quickly switch over to Stacy and back. There we go. Guys, don't forget to I haven't chilled at all this stream. Don't forget to throw your links over into the chat there so people can find you and find ways to support you and your channels.
Forgot about that after Nuts went to sleep.
Oh, I didn't even see Nuts was here.
You monster.
Monkey needs a new spine. Yeah, I hurt myself bad earlier when I stretched, guys. I'm not in a good way, as they say, as the old people say. Man impaled. Oh, Jesus Christ. This one comes to us from Sarah. Man impaled on deer statue in Philadelphia traffic circle.
Ow.
Is that real?
Yeah, this is on Fox News, so this isn't like a joke site. A man ended up starting 2019 in the hospital after he wound up impaled on a deer statue in a traffic circle in Philadelphia. The incident happened around 4 p.m. on Tuesday at the Ekins Oval, located across the street from the famed Philadelphia Museum of Art. Police told Fox 29 the man, 21, climbed onto the Washington Monument in the middle of the oval when he slipped and fell on the antlers of a deer statue.
And that's what he gets.
After falling, the left side of the man's body was impaled on the deer statue, causing a laceration and bleeding. Really, he was impaled and it caused bleeding, y'all. According to police, he was taken to a nearby hospital where he was listed in stable condition.
Couldn't have been that stable if you climbing that.
Good job, dumbass.
Yeah.
The only thing missing from that story was alcohol was involved. Go ahead.
Kind of a given. That's just a natural consequence. He had it coming. I don't feel sympathy for him. Oh, and even worse, it's on a roundabout.
Oh, Ed says, yeah, he agreed with Bear about Sargon's identity crisis. He says, if I was on earlier, I'm sure I could hijack the stream and piss off your audience. Ed, it's been my experience that you can hijack a stream whenever you're on it. You're very much like Gutenberg in that way. And that's not a bad thing. It's one of the reasons I like talking with you. Oh, well, this comes from The Blaze and was sent to us by Sarah also. The Blaze, that would be Glenn Beck's publication so take this as you will. Study. Physically weak men more likely to be socialist. Strong men more likely to be capitalist. Did you need a study for that?
Apparently.
Right?
I mean, the appeal of socialism is that somebody else is taking care of you. And if you're physically strong, that's not necessarily something you need.
Yeah.
A new study from Brunel University, London, found that physically weaker men are more apt to believe in socialist policies, such as redistribution of wealth. Meanwhile, stronger men are more geared to believe in capitalist concepts, such as the idea that people should keep what you earn. Brunel University academics studied 171 men, that's not very many, aged 18 to 40, examining their overall physical strength, bicep circumference, weight, and height. They also noted the amount of time each individual spent at the gym and examined these variables in light of whether they subscribe more to capitalist or socialist identity. You're going to tell me the same thing again, aren't you? They found that the more physically strong men were, the more physically, wait. All right, I'm going to read it as written. They found that the more physically, okay, it's breaking me. I'm sorry. They found that the more physically strong men were, the less they believed in socialist policies. And okay, God damn it.
You figured it out now? Because I got it.
Yes. No, my brain was like they believed in socialists. And I was missing the less. My brain kept skipping that part. And the more they believed certain socialist groups should be dominant. More social groups. God damn, I'm done reading this one. If you're kind of a bitch, then you're going to be kind of a bitch.
Okay, so what I got from this was that physically weaker men enjoys socialism more, which probably makes them male feminists, and therefore socialism is rapey.
Socialism is rapey. Ed, yeah, Goot is around. He's got a new work schedule that has him not around when most of us are. Damn workers. Damn people in their jobs. I can't believe Elizabeth Warren's actually still running for president. Did you guys see that she went to Iowa and told them, I am definitely not in a tribe.
A person of color.
I'm not a person of color. Like, really white
so
girl.
Funny. She needs to
Bitch
stop
was-
talking about it.
She does. Why the fuck would she keep bringing it up? Does she think somebody's going to go, no, Liz, yes, you are. Stop it. You are Indian. You got that half a drop of blood in you. I'm convinced the only reason they found Indian DNA in her is that there was some on her skin.
Yeah, somebody at the lab.
Oh, yeah.
That was lower than the percentage of error, I'm sure.
Yeah, come on, bitch. Senator Elizabeth Warren arrived in Iowa on Friday evening and through 4 events over a little more than 24 hours, quickly made it clear that even as her presidential campaign evolves, she is poised to rise and fall with the same brand of wonky populism that took her from the classroom to Capitol Hill. Yes, but you're in Capitol Hill because you come from Massachusetts, where only Massachusettsans, what is it, Massachusetts? What do you call somebody from Massachusetts?
Stupid.
Massachusettsian?
I don't know.
Massachusetts? Somebody in chat has to know. What is it? Massachusetts? Irish.
Assholes.
Masshole.
Nice.
They're massholes. Anyway, this mass in speeches to packed rooms from the state's western border with Nebraska to its capital in Des Moines, Warren spent the weekend demanding structural change in Washington, where the partial government shutdown is entering its third week and nobody can even fucking tell. Massachusetts. Okay.
Whatever.
I'm going with massholes. She wants to strengthen our unions, our workers, and our consumers. Those don't go together. While breaking the hold of an army of lobbyists occupying the Capitol, as she describes it, under the banner of big corporations. Shut up. Jesus fuck. And nobody cares. You enjoy your day in the sun, because once the other candidates throw their hat in the ring, nobody's going to care about her, except for when she finally bows out.
Yeah, in a disgrace because Trump made her cry or something. I don't know how she thinks she has a chance.
Because she's old and white and she saw how far Bernie got.
Well, yeah, I mean, they kind of look alike with the weird jowl thing going, but I just don't.
She looks like Bernie and Hillary had a kid.
Yeah,
and it came out old.
She's the worst of both of them, so I don't see it. I don't see her even getting past the early stages. I would be willing to bet she's one of the first 5 to drop out.
RJ said, did Bear rage quit again? Bear's never rage quit on one of my streams.
He left of his own accord, as far as I could tell.
Yeah. Believe me, if he rage quit, I would have a DM from him. I think she's gotten a little too much like Ocasio-Cortez. She's bought into her own press. The press loves her because she is a fucking socialist, whether she calls herself one or not. At least Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has the honesty to call herself a socialist. I mean, she's still a fucking liar, but because I'm a democratic socialist. They
so
don't
was Hitler.
Anyway, but yeah, she's a socialist, and she did rise to power there in Massachusetts rather quickly from humble beginnings at Harvard.
Yeah, so humble.
Where she was a Native American. I think that's what it is. I think it's she believes her own press, and it's gonna bite her in the ass, because man, this field, the Democratic field, is gonna be fun, and there's no place for you honkies in there.
Yeah, the intersectionality is going to get out of hand, and it's going to be brilliantly hilarious. But they're gonna run some woman, and she's going to be a minority. It'll be like Kamala Harris or somebody like that.
Harris is going to run. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, and I think she's got a better chance of getting the nomination, especially because as corrupt as the DNC was last time, she's Hillary's protege. So she's got even more ins with the people in the DNC. So there'll be more money, more advertising, more backing.
I still think it's Booker. I haven't seen anything that tells me he's not going to get it. Booker has some good stories to tell, and he's actually a very good storyteller. His problem is he's very much like Trump, where he probably should just shut up sometimes.
Yeah, the Spartacus moment.
His Spartacus moment is when he ran into a burning building to save people.
Yeah, I think he kind of forgets that, though.
I mean, that's all he has to do is stand up there and go, I ran into a burning building to save people.
But was he saving white people? Because then you're helping the enemy.
Yeah. Fuck. He's got that story. Plus, I mean, he's got the socialist credentials. He's only sexually harassed one woman that we know of. So he should be fine.
Yeah, but I think it'll be him, and there'll be a woman on the ticket. Whether he's first or second doesn't really matter, but I think you're right. He'll be on the ticket somewhere.
I think he'll headline it. I know they want to do their age of the woman thing, but the women they're running, they're not going to get votes.
Well, no, they're women.
Well, Kamala Harris is boring as fuck.
Yeah, she seems kind of stuck up, but the progressives love her.
And not like they like Warren. And those two will split that. And I think Corey will walk away with it. I think Corey's going to remind him of Obama, and he'll walk away with the nomination. I just saw a headline today that Biden thinks he's the right choice.
Of course he does.
Like, how many little girls do you need to sniff?
Yeah, he's a creeper, man. I'm surprised that guy doesn't have a shitload of Me Too allegations against him.
Biden sniffing. Let's see. What that brings up.
Probably a drinking game.
137,000 results. I don't even know what this is. I'm not sure I want to. Hopefully it doesn't crash my Chrome again.
Oh, it will.
Yeah, this one. Dude, get your nose off of people.
He just likes he huffs shampoo.
There's a yeah.
Look at that girl on the left just trying to get away from him.
The little Asian girl's like, why is he touching me?
Get Joey off me. Get Joey off me.
This dude's giving some speech and he's back here sniffing his wife. Like, I'm the vice president. I'm Batman.
You want to see a tour of the secret bunker?
Creepy Joe. Yeah, creepy Uncle Joe. There's no fucking way, dude. I know you're a powerful old white man, but that doesn't fly anymore. And you sniff little girls all the time. Stop it.
Right? That's creepier than Dick Cheney going hunting with you.
No shit. And more dangerous too.
Yeah.
But it will be fun to see him get in the race.
Yeah. He's a gaff machine, so it'll be quite entertaining.
Rijo says that's the old Brazilian president. I get that I don't know who she was, but why was he in that close with his nose on her?
That's how they say hello on his world.
Oh my god. And I think we're gonna wrap up with this one. This comes from this I just found on Twitter. Kevin Spacey plans not guilty plea in sexual assault case.
Oh my.
Okay. Nantucket, Massachusetts. Kevin Spacey is due in Massachusetts courtroom Monday to answer accusations that he groped a young man in a bar on the resort island of Nantucket in 2016. The Oscar-winning actor says he will plead not guilty to a charge of felony indecent assault and battery. What'd they expect? He was going to go, yep, I did it.
Yeah. You think he'll get on the stand and do some Kaiser Soze shit where he just uses everything around him to get out of it?
Acts retarded.
Yeah.
He goes all doofy. The court appearance by Spacey comes more than a year after former Boston TV anchor Heather Unruh accused the former House of Cards star of sexually assaulting her son, then 18, in a crowded bar at the Club Car, where the teen worked as a busboy. Spacey's lawyer, Alan Jackson, has sought to poke holes in the case, noting that the teenager didn't immediately report the allegations. If convicted, Spacey faces up to 5 years in prison. Well, dude, I hope they don't play that video you made the other day because, Jesus fuck. Spacey needs to be kicked in the balls. Spacey needs a shot collar.
Oh, shot collar.
Anytime he gets a boner, it just needs to go off because apparently he doesn't use his properly.
Who do you think would win in a fight, him or George Takei?
I think George could take him.
I think they'd just make out and then have a super villain team up.
No, whichever one got knocked out first, the other one would feel him up.
Yeah.
The lawyer wanted to poke holes, and so did Spacey. Thank you, Random American. And on that, guys, I think we're going to wrap this one up. We've been at this for a few hours now.
Yeah.
And I've got the venom off my brain, so...
I don't. I'm going to have to watch that as punishment, I suppose.
Dude, It's bad. It's so bad.
Mentally preparing myself.
Chat, thank you guys so much for coming in and hanging out with us today. Thank you for the donations. They really help. And make sure you support all your favorite creators, not just me. Jack, Dax, don't forget to throw your shills over into the chat there. Is there anything you want to shill today, Jack?
Yeah, go subscribe to Marty's Big Journey. It's a great channel.
Oh, yeah, it is. Dax, anything you'd like to shill?
No, because whatever I say, Jenna's just going to hit me with a rolled up newspaper anyway.
Fair enough. I'd like to thank Bear, who was on earlier, and go check out both Irate Bear, where he rarely posts anymore, and Irate Alex. Excuse me, that's one of the reasons we're wrapping up right now. I will be on Lords of the Night tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern on Satsu 2 Senses channel, and then we will be on 2 Cents Plus playing 7 Days to Die. I think that's everything. Oh, I did an interview with Irate Prostate over on his channel yesterday. I guess it's yesterday now. Go check that out. It was a fun time, and I'd like to thank Jack and Dax for hanging out with me this morning. Everybody, we'll see you later, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.